The following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers. We are free.
You are looking live at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. It is night number 2 of the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Roulette. Welcome from Fort Worth, Texas. It's time for some Interstate Batteries high limit racing action. It has been a winning weekend so far for Kyle Larson. Picked up the win on Thursday night here with High Limit, and just 30 minutes ago got the win across the street at the O'Reilly's race as well. But Thursday night, a couple of high rollers right in his back pocket, the finish line with Rico Abreu and Aaron Reitzel completing the podium, both of them trimming the lead a little bit to Tanner Thorson at the top of the High Limit Racing point standings. Here's a look at the weather forecast. It is a beautiful, a gorgeous day here, 77 degrees Fahrenheit right now, 7-mile-per-hour winds, and just a few broken clouds here in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, there's probably many of you that are in the grandstands tonight that are watching for the first time, or maybe at home as well. Let's show you what you're going to be seeing here this evening when it comes to the format. Of course, the first thing we will do, we're going to hot lap, and then we're going to qualify the drivers signed in at the trailer this afternoon for a random position in their qualifying. They'll go out there, run 2 laps, and that'll set them up for one of 3 heat races later on. Those heat races are 8 laps in distance, and the top 6 going to the feature. Then there will be 1 car, make that 2 cars from each heat race going to a dash, which is 7 laps in distance. That'll set the first 3 rows of the main event. The rest of the top 6 will go to the feature and line up behind those top 6 drivers. And the drivers that don't run inside the top 6 in their heat race will then go to a B main, which is 12 laps, and the top 6 from that will then move to the back of the feature, which is a 20, make that a 30-lap main event, $15,000 to win. So 24 drivers, 30 laps, $15,000 to win later on this evening for the finale of the Dryden Stockyard Stampede powered by Roulette. Here are some of the track facts that you need to know about the dirt track here at Texas Motor Speedway. Opened way back in March of 2000. It's 4/10 of a mile, or if you don't like that fraction, you can go to 2/5 of a mile. And the track record was set not too far after the track opened up, way back in 2001 on March 29th. Darren Pittman, who is actually here in attendance tonight, a 12.276-second lap time. That is the track record. It stood for more than 25 years. We tried and we got a little bit closer to it here on Thursday night, but with the sun out, it's going to be very tough to see a new track record here this evening. Now, earlier on today, I posted the Rodman Risk on social media with all of the High Limit Racing social media channels, and we are going with a little bit of something different here. We are going to take Kyle Larson. We're 0 for 13 on the Rodman Risk. I've been trying to give you guys maybe some drivers that are maybe a little bit higher on the odds, and if you put some money on them, they win. It makes you some big money. That has not worked. It has not worked at all. Last night I took Brent Marks. He blew a drive shaft out of it. And so today I'm going to go with the layup here. I'm going to go with Kyle Larson, go back to back, and hopefully it works out for me. If the Rodman Risk is a curse, we will know tonight if that is indeed the case. You can learn more by going to nxtbets.com/playhlr. On that website, it will show you which sports books are available in your region and who and where you can wager on the races. Now, there's some of the favorites for tonight. Rico Abreu along with Kyle Larson and Corey Day. Those are the 3 favorites according to NXT Bets. And then behind them, Aaron Reitzel, Tanner Thorson, Tyler Courtney, Brent Marks, and Giovanni Salzi could be another guy to watch for here this evening after a top 5 on Thursday night. Now that we've got all the important stuff out of the way, let's head down to the infield for one night and one night only. The new Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing pit reporters hanging out down there. Tony Laporta is out on assignment at his brother's wedding, could not be here tonight, so we figured we'd have some fun with this position and grab the winner of the last 2 NASCAR sanctioned races and the pole sitter for tomorrow's Cup race. The last time he joined us at High Limit, he was up here calling the action. This time he'll be up close and personal with these 900 horsepower sprint cars. Without further ado, Carson Hocevar, welcome to the High Limit Room. Thanks so much for filling in for Tony. Secondly, how confident are you in your pit reporting abilities? Have you been practicing in the mirror here the last couple of days or what?
Thank you, Chase. Yeah, I haven't been practicing at all, but I figured it'd be perfect to just completely wing this. But luckily, I watch a lot of high limit. I watch a lot on flow, so I think I can figure it out. If Tony Laporta can figure this out, I got to give it a shot.
Well, Carson, I'm glad to see that you actually got a new shirt. You're not wearing one of Tony's shirts, which made it look like a blanket on top of you, but that's good they got you a new t-shirt to wear tonight. We're excited to see how you do. And you told us yesterday in a little meeting that you're not scared of anything. You're going to do Tony's job just like he would do it on a normal night, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give it my best shot. I watch enough, and yeah, I'm just going to give it my best shot. If not, I think the fans could have expected this to go off the rails at some point, so it'd be right on brand.
Yeah, it definitely would be right on brand, as Tony Laporta does go off the rails sometimes. Like you said, you do watch a lot of high-limit racing action. Of course, we ran here on Thursday night at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Can you give us any type of insights as to what these fans that may be seeing high-limit for the first time tonight, what they could be seeing out here on the track tonight?
Yeah, it's basically one of my favorite events. You know, just dirt racing so quick. It's so satisfying, I should say, to just watch the best guys out here in this discipline and just throw it all out there in 30 laps, but especially in qualifying, heat race. Every lap's going to be so important. There's not going to be any real management strategy or any way or another. If so, you know, it's all going to be behind the seat and moving that wing back and forth that the fans don't really need to know. They just can expect an awesome race tonight.
That's what we're hoping for here at the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne. Carson Hocevar is going to have all the storylines from down in the infield. There will be, of course, the work area down in the infield, and he'll be staying busy down there as well. When we come back from this break on FloRacing, hot laps will be very close to hitting the racetrack here with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Thank you to our partner, Eclipse Claims, eclipsing insurance tactics and protecting your payout. Are you looking to land a career in racing and begin your education at the university that started it all? UNOH works with some of the nation's premier race teams and gives students the hands-on experience needed to launch their careers. Turn your passion into a career at www.unoh.edu. Drivers and teams preparing themselves for Dirt Draft Hot Laps, which is coming up here in the next couple of minutes for the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne. Chase Rodman, Carson Hocevar along with you. We'll have another special guest up here in the booth later on during opening ceremonies, and for the rest of the night, we'll leave that to be a surprise till later as well. We talked about the top three guys that are locked in to tonight's heat races. These three drivers were the podium finishers from Thursday night here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway, and with that, when it comes to the high limit racing format, when we go to the same track 2 nights in a row, the top three from night 1 do not have to qualify for night number 2. They are going to start 4th in each of the 3 heat races later on. Kyle Larson, the winner here on Thursday. Rico Aber was 2nd, and Aaron Reitzel was 3rd. So you'll be watching those guys come out later on for a practice session, but then they will not qualify. They'll start 4th in their heat race, and as long as they finish in the top 6 of that heat race, they will then go to the dash and be in a very good position for the feature later on this evening. The Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne, is officially kicking off Dryden's Main Means Motorsports celebration. With a deep-rooted history in racing, Dryden proudly supports the drivers, teams, and fans who live for performance and reliability. When the stakes are high, Dryden delivers on the track and beyond. Learn more at Dryden.com. I want to thank all of those folks at Dryden. Also want to say hi to the folks from Roto-Rooter who are hanging out in the suite up here in the tower as well. A great partner of Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Now, I mentioned Rico Aber and Aaron Reitzel 2nd and 3rd place runs on Thursday. They trimmed the lead off of Tanner Thorson quite a bit from that race. Thorson ran back in the 8th position, and now Reitzel just 45 markers behind Thorson, and Rico has now leapfrogged over Giovanni Scelzi and is 48 points behind. Gio still with a good run there. He also closed ground on Thorson. He is 53 points behind. Also, another change back here. Kerry Madsen into the top 5 in the point standings after an issue for Tyler Courtney relegated him to a 25th place finish on Thursday night. Justin Peck in 7th. Cy Lynch, another thing to note here is that Lynch and Kerry Madsen both are looking to finish top 8 in the high limit points this year. If they can do that this year and next year, they will get into the High Roller Club, the franchise system with high limit Highlander Racing, and Cy is doing exactly what he needs to do. A tie for 9th back there between last year's Rookie of the Year and a current leading Rookie of the Year, Tanner Holmes. So Dason Persley, Tanner Holmes tied for 9th place in the point standings right now. After tonight, Highlander Racing is off for a few days. We come back next Friday and Saturday to Indiana's baddest bull ring. That is going to be the Kokomo Speedway for the Driven to Save Lives Brian Clausen Hero Classic on May 8th and 9th. That is a co-sanctioned event with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. We are very much looking forward to getting back to Kokomo for a 2-day show there. And then on May 19th, so about a week after that, 2 weeks after that, excuse me, we'll be at the Grandview Speedway in Pennsylvania, which is a race that will be live on Fox Sports 1. So if you are here tonight taking in your first sprint car race, you like what you're seeing, you can watch us live on FS1 on May 19th. That is a Tuesday night at the Grandview Speedway in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. A couple days later, it's a $100,000 to win show at the Bob Weichert Memorial at the Port Royal Speedway. Then we head off back to Indiana, the Lawrenceburg Speedway, Butler Motor Speedway in Michigan, and then it's a very busy stretch right here. Davenport, Red Cedar, Gondik Law, I-94, all of those races from Lawrenceburg down to I-94 in about a week's time. That is a busy, busy season, or busy stretch, I should say, for the drivers and teams that are running this series full time. Shelby County Speedway, the final one on that list there of upcoming events on June 11th for another Roto-Rooter Midweek Series event. You can see drivers and teams getting their cars prepared. We are minutes away from cars hitting the racetrack here for practice at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track for the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne. And fans making their way into the grandstands here for the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne, Chase Rodman, and Carson Hocevar, who's hanging out down in Victory Lane. And Carson, it's been a place you've been pretty familiar with here for the last 7 days or so. Just got the win last night at the big track in the Truck Series, and last week got your first ever Cup Series win. I feel like it's probably been a whirlwind for you the last couple of days here. What's it been like, man, being big-time Cup winner?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I've just enjoyed every second of it. I felt like we really won the truck race just because I was still on cloud nine a little bit for the Cup race, and just got to enjoy it, not get too focused on winning the truck race, just enjoying out there racing. And with that caution, it just kind of fell in my lap and was super relaxed during it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then just to follow it up with getting on the pole, back-to-back poles here, but getting on the pole here, really excited for tomorrow.
Now, this was planned for you to be the pit reporter well before you got that win, correct?
Yeah, pretty much this stemmed from basically when we started in Vegas, having that conversation right after being up in the booth with you.
Yeah, definitely. We had a great time up here back in Vegas, and you did a great job calling the race. I was very impressed. You knew all the drivers, and that is a big part of why you are here tonight. But tell me, Carson, a little bit. Corey Day, Kyle Larson, they both ran that O'Reilly Series race today. What's that like, you think? I mean, those guys are pretty special to be able to run that race today on the pavement. Kyle wins. Corey Day had a little bit of a problem there. But then to come over here in the same day, run two completely different type of race cars, man, they're pretty special, aren't they?
Yeah, it's special, but I think what we're going to see here is who is more motivated, right? Kyle just won. He's going to want to win both here tonight. He won here already, but he's going to want to win 2 in a row. And then Corey, he was out at lap 1, had some misfortune, O'Reilly, but he won last week on the O'Reilly Series, which was awesome for him. But he's going to want to kind of redeem himself in something he's very, very familiar with. And I'm just curious to see who's going to come out on top. A little bit extra motivation for Corey, but also with Kyle. Yeah,
Corey trying to make up for some issues that happened to him earlier on today, of course. And, we talk about Corey and Kyle, and they're the two guys that a lot of people are here that are very familiar with. But we do have 15 drivers that run this series from coast to coast, 60-something races per year, and they are at every single race chasing a championship. We call them the high rollers. Let's meet those guys.
Tanner Thorson, Minden, Nevada.
Aaron Reitzel, Clute, Texas.
Rico Abreu, St. Helena, California.
Giovanni Selzy, Fresno, California.
Tyler Courtney, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Kerry Madsen, St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia.
Justin Peck, Monrovia, Indiana. Cy Lynch, Apollo, Pennsylvania. Jason Pursley, Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
Tanner Holmes, Jacksonville, Oregon.
Brent Marks, Myerstown, Pennsylvania.
Hank Davis, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Chase Randall, Waco, Texas.
Brennan Crouch, Lubbock, Texas. Danny Sams, Northport, Florida.
Quite the cast of characters we've got assembled with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing for 2026. Some veterans of the sport and some youngsters trying to make a name for themselves. And one guy and team that has joined the series this year, Giovanni Selzy in the Chili's number 77. And Carson, I guess you can call him sort of a pseudo teammate, right? He's been pretty good so far this year. The only driver to be top 10 in all 11 races start this year.
It was halfway on, but see, already the first blunder of the day. We haven't even started hot laps, but yeah, super excited. This is something Jeff Dickerson and I have been talking about for a long time. Obviously, a little bit of relationship with Clausen Marshall and Tim Clausen and Richard Marshall and everybody there, but now to have our own team with our name on it and the 77, a lot of pressure on Gio tonight. There's going to be a lot of Chili's folks here tonight. I know they're watching, kind of having a little bit of a party tonight at Olin and Aaron's place. Shout out to them, the 77 teams there. But yeah, super fun and exciting for us to watch on Flow. Gio's a really, really good racer. I felt like he was going to be super consistent for us, and he's been fun to watch, and he's followed with that. And excited to see if he could pull out here tonight and break through and get that first victory.
Yeah, he's certainly been close this year. A second-place run back at the opening race of the season at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. That is Carson Hocevar. You'll be hearing from him throughout the night as the pit reporter here filling in for Tony Laporta. We've got our first group of cars making their way onto the racetrack for the first practice session or the first hot lap session of the evening. First car you see on the Speedway on the left side of the backstretch. He is from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia. Driving the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55. That is the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Kerry Madsen in the number 55. And lined up just behind him, the driver out of East Grand Forks, Minnesota. In the Proceed JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, Phil Thompson and Associates, number G5, that's Gage Polkerbeck. Gage Polkerbeck in the G5. And also on the back straightaway from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And his first night behind the wheel of the Chad Boat Spire number 87X from Rising Sun, Maryland in the Freeway Insurance, PristineAuction.com. NOS Energy Drink number 87X. That is Steven Snyder Jr. Steven Snyder Jr. in the 87X. From Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the Warrior Buildings, McGrewBid.com. Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, Fenton Marks Racing Development, number 19. It's Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the number 19. And the current Interstate Batteries Highland Racing points leader rolls down the backstretch now out of Minden, Nevada. The JST Motorsports Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, Mesquite Valley Transportation, number 88. It's Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson and the number 88. Driver that made his Highland Racing debut here on Thursday night from Glenpool, Oklahoma in the Nice Equipment and Reese Construction, D&W Towing, Missile Motorsports, number 95, Matt Covington. Matt Covington in the 95. And the final car on the racetrack, he is a resident of Texas from Waco, driving the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9R, the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R as we go green on our first dirt draft practice session of the night. Couple lap times coming across our screen. Brent Marks is showing the way so far at a 14.400. Behind him is Tyler Courtney. Now Kerry Madsen the second. He's at a 15, making a 14.502. Tyler Courtney third, a 14.518. Caution comes out, one off the pace. Gage Polkerbeck is slow down the front straightaway. And looks like Polkerbeck, sounds like the hood may not be Zeused down all the way. What we're hearing from our production team back in the FloRacing trailer. And that is indeed the case. You can see the hood is actually pushed up a little bit there. You see where the Proceed, it does not line up, the E there. And so Gage Polkerbeck going to hang a hard left into the infield, go under the tunnel and head back to the pit area out back and get that fixed up and prepare himself for a qualifying run in just a few moments' time. There is Brent Marks on your screen, the yellow and black number 19, a two-time high limit winner here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Currently showing the way as the fastest car so far in practice at a 14.400. That's 14.400 seconds. Kerry Madsen in second, Tyler Courtney third, Chase Randall and Matt Covington inside the top five. Great to see Steven Snyder Jr. get a shot behind the wheel of this Chad Boat Industries / Spire Motorsports number 87X with Freeway Insurance on the side. That car was driven earlier this week by Logan Seavey on Thursday night. Seavey went back to Indiana. He has full-time commitments on the USAC National Sprint Car Trail. They are racing tonight at the Tri-State Speedway in Hobstadt, Indiana. And so Chad Boat said, hey, I don't want to just, put the car in the trailer. I want to race this thing on Saturday night. Called up Steven Snyder Jr., who got a win earlier this year at the Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Tanner Thorson jumps up to second quick on the speed charts to a 14.442. And there goes Kerry Madsen to the top of the board at a 14.345. Sunshine down to the top at a 14.009. He's surpassed by Brent Marks, first driver to the 13s. Checkered flag waving, and that is going to wrap things up here on in our opening hot lap session of the night, and it will be Brent Marks, the quickest driver overall, only car in the 13-second bracket, and a 13.776 second lap time. Tyler Courtney in second, a 14.009. Tanner Thorson third, a 14.014. Kerry Madsen fourth, a 14.065. And Steven Snyder Jr. in fifth at a 14.159 second lap time. Dirt Draft is the presenting sponsor every single race of hot laps with Interstate Batteries Highlander Racing. If you don't know what it is, it's an app you can download on your phone in the Apple or the Google Play Store, and you can draft 5 drivers. You have a $100,000 salary cap. Each driver a different salary value based on their past results. You can draft your team of 5 drivers and then compete against hundreds of other teams across the world, across the country, and you could be the 2026 Highlander Racing Fantasy Champion. New features, new games, and new speed shop. Reactivating subscribers and new subscribers get a 25% discount code on Hoosier Tire merchandise. So if you want to get in on the action, you have to have your lineup set before the heat races here tonight. Go to dirtdraft.com for more information. Practice session number 2 rolls onto the racetrack now. The first car you see on your screen made his Highlander Racing debut here on Thursday night. From Tarkington, Texas, the Fastway Auto Rehab Turbine Specialty Services Keene Industrial XXC Texas number 71. It's Christopher Townsend. Christopher Townsend in the 71. And this guy has been on a heater as of recently, 4 top 10s in a row for the driver to Sand Springs, Oklahoma. In the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17 GP. That is Hank Davis. Hank Davis in the 17 GP. From Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mosinus Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, MAV Motorsports, number 42. That is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And making his Highlander Racing debut tonight out of Anadarko, Oklahoma, the Marshall Auto Supply, Tanner Sawyer State Farm, Sooner Electric, Harvest House Restaurant, number 98P. That's Ryan Paget. Ryan Paget in the 98P. From Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RB Ranch, number 5. It's Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Messina Valley Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X. The driver is Reese Moran. Reese Moran in the 45X. And another one of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders rolls down the backstretch now. He is from Jacksonville, Oregon, behind the wheel of the Jugos Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13. It is Tanner Holmes. Tanner Holmes in the 13. And final car on the track, rolling into turn number 1 now. He is from Northport, Florida, in the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. Number 24D, the Florida man, Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D. Those are the contestants in session number 2 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. As you saw in that first session, those drivers got about 5, maybe 4 laps, depending on where you came across the line at the green. So not very much practice time before they will go straight into their qualifying runs. Brent Marks, currently the fastest driver in this practice session, 13.776 seconds. He has over 2 tenths on the rest of the field. Tyler Courtney in second, a 14.009. As there is Brenham Crouch, who was looking to make a 5-star bodies move of the month last night in his heat race. Came up just a little bit short, went 3 wide down the front stretch for the lead. Got by 1 car, almost had the second car, ended up getting passed back and ended up in the 2nd spot in that heat race. Green flag is waving, and we are back underway, full song. Here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track, it's the Dryden Stockyard Stampede powered by Relodyne. Brenham Crouch does go to second quick on the charts, a 13.860. He is followed closely by Reese Moran and Danny Sams. Now Moran goes to the top of the board at a 13.736. That car has had speed all year long. And Moran is proving that right now in hot laps. 2 top 10s this year with the Outlaws in that Johnny Herrera 45X for Reese Moran. Brenham Crouch in second. Hank Davis right there on your screen, sitting in the 9th position as the checkered comes out, signifying the conclusion of this practice session. And those drivers all will head down the tunnel and back to the pit area, prepare themselves for their qualifying runs here momentarily. Reese Moran, now the fastest driver overall at a 13.721. Brenham Crouch in second, a 13.739. Brent Marks third, a 13.776. Cy Lynch in fourth at a 13.814. And Danny Sams in fifth at a 13.871. Followed by Tanner Holmes, Tyler Courtney, Tanner Thorson, Hank Davis, and Kerry Madsen. We will have one more full group of practice before we get to our locked-in cars, and they will be on the track by themselves here at the end as session number 3 now rolls towards the Speedway. First car out in group number 3 from Sunnyvale, Texas, driving the Town Line Variety, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels. Number 15H, that is Sam Haferteep Jr. Sam Haferteep Jr. in the 15H. From Fresno, California, the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge. Number 77, that is Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Gio Selzy in the 77. From Spring, Texas, driving the CDI Services, AccuFab, QualityTurbo.com, Quality Locomotives. Number 0, Eric Baldacini. Eric Baldacini in the number 0. White and blue car on the middle of the back straightaway right now from Monrovia, Indiana. It's the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino. Number 26, the driver is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And another one of our Texas locals making the call out here for this weekend from Crandall, Texas. The classic starter and alternator, Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products. Number 4, Austin Mundy. Austin Mundy in the number 4. And the 2025 Rookie of the Year makes his way into turn 1 now from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. The Casey Kane Racer, Mike Curb, Napa Brumos Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation. Number 9, Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the number 9. And a 2-time high-level racing winner this year makes his way into turn 3 out of Clovis, California. The Trex Decking, Weyerhaeuser, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Myers Constructors. Number 14, Payday, Corey Day. Corey Day in the number 14. Those are the drivers in our third of 4 practice sessions here tonight at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. Getting a look there at Justin Peck on your screen. Comes into tonight's 7th in the overall high-level racing point standings. And Peck is 142 out of the championship lead. Peck yet to go to victory lane so far this year with a best finish of 3rd back at the Route 66 Motor Speedway in Amarillo, Texas. That is his one and only top 5 on the year. He does have 4 top 10s, along with 1 heat race victory. Peck, a 4-time high-level racing winner. Able to go to victory lane twice last year, once in 2024 and once in 2023. Green lights come on, cars are back to full power here at Texas. Dason Pursley, 3rd quick on his first time by the stripe, a 13.771. Joining him in the top 5 is Sam Haferteep Jr. Goes 5th quick, a 13.782. Pursley now to 2nd. Justin Peck goes to 4th. As looks like an issue here for Giovanni Selzy. And Gio off the pace, going to take that car to the infield and then back out to the pit area. So a problem on the Spire Motorsports 77. The 4th place finisher from Thursday night having a problem. Gio been very close to a victory here in his 3 attempts at Texas. Was 3rd and 5th here in October last year. and then 4th last night. So hopefully they get those issues resolved, because he will certainly be a player when it comes to the victory later on. Back to green. Reese Moran still with the time to beat to a 13.721. Hayford Teep goes to the top, as does Corey Day and Justin Peck. 3 drive now. Pursley's up there as well. Track still with a ton of speed in it here as the checkered comes out. The 3rd practice session has concluded, and it's Corey Day at the top of the speed charts now. A 13.524 second lap time. Dason Pursley right behind him, a 13.564. Justin Peck 3rd, a 13.620. Sam Hayford Jr. in 4th, a 13.711. And Reese Moran in 5th, a 13.721. Then it's Crouch, Marks, Lynch, Sams, and Selzy, the top 10. As we've got one more group of cars left to run. And it sounds like a potential engine change coming on that 77. If you look down at the big screen in the infield, you could tell that that team, they're taking the hood off right now, about to roll that car into the trailer and begin a motor swap, and they will have to hurry up. Selzy is the 5th to last car to qualify, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him make it out there in time. We'll see if that is the case. One more practice session left. This was the top 3 finishers from Thursday night here at Texas, and they do not have to qualify. They will start 4th in their heat races later on under the high-level racing format. First driver on your screen right there from Clute, Texas, driving the Fulkins Brothers Trucking Power Plus, Bryant Paver Motorsports, STC Monty Farms, number 87, that's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And from Elk Grove, California, the all-by-your alternative, HendrickCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing, number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. And the defending high-level racing champion also on the track out of St. Helena, California. The Tony Stewart, Curb Agajanian Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, Waste Connections, Bikes Pool Care. Number 24, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu on the 24. As these 3 will get plenty of space around the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track to try and turn in a couple of good laps, because the next time they come out, it will be for their heat race. Kyle Larson goes straight to the top of the speed charts. Rico Abreu goes to 5th, and Reitzel goes to 4th. Larson's time, a 13.450. Checkered's coming out. So that will do it for practice here tonight. The fastest driver overall in Dirt Draft Hot Laps this evening is the 57 of Kyle Larson. A 13.427 second lap time. Corey Day second, a 13.524. Dason Pursley in third, a 13.564. Aaron Reitzel fourth, a 13.589. And Rico Abreu in fifth at a 13.594. Followed by Justin Peck, Sam Hayford, Reese Moran, Brenham Crouch, and Brent Marks. Want to say hello to our viewers watching on FloRacing 24/7. Thanks for tuning in. Even more racing action. You can stream everything anytime on FloRacing in the Flow Sports app. I want to say thanks to all of them, as well as all the people watching on Fubo TV, Amazon Prime Video tonight as well. I want to say thank you to all of the viewers watching, of course, on FloRacing as well. As we get prepared for our qualifying time trials, it'll work like this. 2 cars on the track at the same time. They will go 2 laps around the track, and their best lap time will set them up for a heat race starting position later on. Qualifying is presented by Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. As the engine change continues on Giovanni Selzy's car, we've got our first two qualifiers hitting the racetrack. First to qualify from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium, Factory K, and Maximo Racing Oils, Messina Dollar Transportation. Number 88 here is Tanner Thorson. And from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the Warrior Buildings, McGrewbid.com, Babs Paint, Live Wire Customs, Fenton Marks Racing Development. Number 19, Brent Marks. Lap 1 for Tanner Thorson comes in the books. It's a 13.589. He is surpassed by Brent Marks' first lap. A 13.546. 13.546. Tanner Thorson, lap number 2, he does not improve, a 13.787. And for Brent Marks, can he improve? The answer is yes. It's a 13.531. 13.531. Brent Marks sets the bar in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying with a 13.531 second lap time. Next two qualifiers at a Rising Sun, Maryland. Here's the Freeway Insurance, PristineAuction.com, Spire Motorsports, NOS Energy Drink number 87X of Steven Snyder Jr. And joining him out of Waco, Texas, the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9R, the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Lap 1 for Snyder's third quick, a 13.733, 13.733. Chase Randall's opening lap time is fourth quick, a 13.928, 13.928. Snyder's first race here at Texas, but he did one on the micro track just across the street 4 years ago. Lap 2, he'll slow down to a 13.753. First lap better, 13.733. And for Randall, he's better on lap time, but not position. It's fourth quick, a 13.877, 13.877. Third for Snyder and fourth for Randall. Qualifying next from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, here is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Pro Seed, JW Repair, Ekman Arts, Phil Thompson and Associates, G5, Gage Polkerbeck. Lap 1 for Sunshine, third quick, 13.659, 13.659. Gage Polkerbeck stops the clock at a 14.109, 14.109. Tyler Courtney, lap number 2, he does not improve, slows down to a 13.745. And for Polkerbeck, he will come across the line with a 14.140. His first lap was better, 14.109. That was P6 for Polkerbeck and third for Tyler Courtney after 6 cars. From St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, he drives the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, and Zip Bonds. Number 55, here is Kerry Madsen. And joining him from Glenpool, Oklahoma, the Nice Equipment, Reese Construction, D&W Towing, Missile Motorsports 95 of Matt Covington. Lap 1 for the Madman, second quick, a 13.559, 13.559. Covington, lap 1, seventh quick, a 13.917, 13.917. Kerry Madsen needs 2 100ths to pass Brent Marks. Lap number 2 does not get it. 13.582, first lap better, 13.559. And for Matt Covington, he is not going to improve as well, 13.938. His first lap just a tick better, 13.917. He is 7th quick, Kerry Madsen 2nd. Engine change continues for Gio. He's got to hurry up. Next to qualify out of Jacksonville, Oregon, the Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Genetta Concrete, number 13 of Tanner Holmes. And from Tarkington, Texas, the Fastway Auto Rehab, Turbine Specialty Services, Keen Industrial, XXC Texas, number 71 of Christopher Townsend. Lap 1 for Holmes is 6 quick, a 13.841, 13.841. Townsend is 10th overall at a 14.298, 14.298. The Rookie of the Year contender comes across the line on lap number 2. Does not improve. A 13.854. First lap better, 13.841. And for Townsend, he is also going to slow down on lap 2. A 14.344. First lap better, 14.298. 10th for Townsend and 6th for Tanner Holmes. Qualifying next out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Creek, Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RB Ranch number 5, Brenham Crouch, and out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Messina Dollar Transportation, Bob Hurley RV number 45X of Reese Moran. Lap 1 for Crouches into the top 5. It's 5th quick at 13.729, 13.729. Reese Moran is 7th overall, 13.786, 13.786. Brenham Crouch going to stop the clock on lap number 2. Better, 13.712. 13.712, still 5th quick. And for Moran, he is not going to improve. A 13.880. He's going to stand on lap 1, which was a 13.786. Good enough for 7th quick. Meanwhile, Brenham Crouch, 5th fast. From Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. Number 24D here is the Florida man, Danny Sams III. And of Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mositas Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mav Motorsports 42, Cy Lynch. Danny Sams is 8th quick on lap 1 at 13.796, 13.796. Cy Lynch, lap 1 for him is now 9th quick, a 13.836, 13.836. Danny Sams, first top 10 of the year last night here, or 2 nights ago, excuse me, here at Texas. He's going to slow down on lap 2 at 13.864. And for Cy Lynch, he also will slow down, a 14.004. Lynch 9th and Sams 8th, as we're about halfway through the qualifying order. From Monrovia, Indiana, behind the wheel of the Skagit Speedway, Race Routine Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino. Number 26, this is Justin Peck. And from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17 GP, it's Hank Davis. Peck on lap 1 into the top 5. 5th quick, 13.706, 13.706. Hank Davis is 12th quick on lap 1. It's a 13.876, 13.876. Justin Peck, lap number 2. It's not an improvement, but it's very close, a 13.728. And for Hank Davis, slows down, 13.902. He clocks in 12th at a 13.876. And Justin Peck was 5th, 13.706. Pair of drivers hailing from Texas on the track now. Out of Spring, Texas, the CDI Services, AccuFab, QualityTurbo.com, Quality Locomotives, number 0 of Eric Baldacini. And joining him out of Crandall, Texas, the Classic Starter and Alternator, Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products, number 4 of Austin Mundy. Baldacini is 16th on lap 1. It's a 14.201, 14.201. Austin Mundy, 17th quick, a 14.215, 14.215. Baldacini, a 6-time ESCS 360 winner in their various regions. He's going to slow down on lap number 2, a 14.348. And for Mundy, not going to improve as well, 14.265. First lap better, 14.215. It appears lap number 2, not the faster for any of these last about 10 or 12 cars. Next up, out of Clovis, California, it's the Trex Decking, Weyerhaeuser, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Myers Constructors, number 14 of Corey Day. And from Anadarko, Oklahoma, the Marshall Auto Supply, Tanner Sawyer State Farm, Sooner Electric, Harvest House Restaurant 98P, Ryan Paget. Corey Day on lap number 1 is going to be 4th quick, a 13.609, 13.609. Ryan Paget, his opening lap time is 20th. It's a 15.111, 15.111. Corey Day, lap number 2, 2nd quick, a 13.553, 13.553. Ryan Paget, lap number 2, can he improve? Yes, he does. A 14.930, 14.930, 20th quick for Paget, and 2nd quick for Corey Day. So it does appear that Giovanni Scelzi has missed his spot in the qualifying rundown as we continue on. Out of Sunnyvale, Texas, the Town Line Variety Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels 15H, Sam Hafertepe Jr. And joining him out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Casey Kane Race of Mike Kerr, Napa, Bruno's Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation, number 9 of Dason Pursley. Lap 1 for Hafertepe is 16th fastest, a 14.014. Dason Pursley's first lap is 13th fast, a 13.856, 13.856. Hafertepe, lap number 2, he improves to 16th quick, a 13.882, 13.882. And for Pursley, 4th quick for Pursley on lap number 2, a 13.588, 13.588. Dason Pursley 4th, and Sam Hafertepe Jr. 16th quick of the 22 cars. And as you can see on our FloRacing screen, the engine change not done in time for Giovanni Scelzi to make it out here in time for his qualifying run. And so Selzy, the only driver in the field that's full-time with high limit to be in the top 10 for every single race, is going to have some serious work to do if he wants to keep that streak alive here this evening. Also see the wing off of Tyler Courtney's car. Not sure what's going on there. But that is going to wrap things up here tonight for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Your fast qualifier here tonight, driving car number 19, Brent Marks. A 13.531 second time. He's followed by Corey Day, Kerry Madsen, Jason Persley, and Tanner Thorson, the top 5. Behind them, it was Tyler Courtney, Justin Peck, Brenham Crouch, Steven Snyder Jr., and Reese Moran, the top 10. On night number 2 here at the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne. Brent Marks looking very strong. He was strong last night before that issue with the driveline took him out of the race. That was his second fast time of the year for Brent Marks. Well, before we go to a break here on Flow, race fans, do not forget, from right now until 7:20, we've got our FanFest going on with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. That means all the drivers that you saw, all the full-time drivers with High Limit, they will be at their T-shirt trailers behind the main grandstand from right now until 7:20. So if you'd like to meet your favorite driver, get a picture, get an autograph, buy a piece of merchandise, talk to them, you can do that right now back at the T-shirt trailers behind the main grandstand for the next 20-ish minutes. It's the FanFest presented by El Toro Building Supply. And we'll be back with more from here in Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm Giovanni Selzy. You're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Impact Race Gear is your source for custom race shirts. We are certain that you will see the same things that hundreds of racetracks, teams, organizations, and manufacturers have already discovered. When it comes to quality and service, we simply can't be beat. We are not one of those here today, gone tomorrow print shops. Impact Race Gear has been trusted for years by racers all across the country. Give your fans and sponsors what they deserve. Simply awesome race shirts.
Visit us online at impactracegear.com to learn more and start your order today.
DMI is a leading manufacturer of steering, suspension, and driveline components of the sprint car industry. The line of Bulldog quick change rears featured unmatched reliability, innovation, and strength. DMI T-Rex torsion bars are the choice of the sport's top professionals who demand consistency and performance. DMI Bulldog components are proudly made in the USA in our Lancaster, Pennsylvania manufacturing facility. Visit diversifiedracing.com to learn more about the complete line of DMI racing components and Bulldog quick change rears.
Hi!
What are you doing?
Revving up this road trip.
Did someone say road trip?
I'm Mr. Dependable, and like Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
Dryden is a heavy-duty and industrial brand focused on high-performance lubricants and fluids for trucks, fleets, and equipment that are working hard every day. These products are designed for tough conditions, long hauls, heavy loads, extreme environments, so reliability is everything. Dryden is a brand with impressive history, trusted by professionals across industries, not just on the track, but out in the real world where uptime matters.
I really want to go diving with great white sharks.
I want to take the sign home with me, whether they have to sell it to me or I just want it.
All you can eat, all-inclusive food. Really enjoy myself, walk around.
On my 2026 bucket list.
2026, I'd like to get good at pickleball. Better at pickleball, I would say. Really, I just want to run all the races, make all the features, make all the laps, and then however that's going to play out will play out.
Top of the list, be go on a cruise. Never gone on a cruise. I think that would be enjoyable.
Just try to win more races. Beat what I've done last year, but also just keep winning and running on the up front and on the podium.
I really want to go diving with great white sharks. I mean, in a cage, but I do want to go diving with great white sharks. So we're going to make that happen here in the next year or two, or sometime in the near future.
We're starting here in Vegas, so realistically, the start of my year, I want to take the sign home with me, whether they have to sell it to me or I just want it. So we're going to try to take the sign home.
The activities I'm going to do on that cruise, the responsible side would probably be go to the gym, meet new people.
I've found an addiction over the winter of pickleball, and yeah, I want to get good at that. That's pretty fun. Something off track.
I probably would lean towards more all-you-can-eat, all-inclusive food. Really enjoy myself, walk around.
And it's like a really good structure of like running around, but then also like being smart and like strategic with it as well.
If I get the chance to fish, I'd love to fish. If there's a cruise that had fishing poles, that might be a great marketing idea, honestly. I, for one, would buy a ticket.
Taking a look at the line to get into the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track here this afternoon. Everybody wants to get a piece of the Dryden Stockyard Stampede powered by Relodyne. We might need to get Carson Hocevar out of the infield and back to the ticket booth to start help selling tickets, because we've got a massive conga line of people trying to make their way in here to the dirt track tonight. A great thing to see, and hopefully they can make it all in here before we get to our heat races, which is scheduled about 20-ish minutes away from heat race action. We heard Jason Pursley during that media day talk there that he's trying to get better at pickleball. I can confirm that I've played with him a few times this year in the pickleball courts, and I don't know if we can say that he's gotten any better, but he's definitely trying to get better. But man, that is a massive crowd of people trying to get in here. You love to see that with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Thursday night, if you were not here, it was Kyle Larson going to victory lane for the second time, having to hold off challenges from both Kerry Madsen and Rico Abreu. Let's rewind back 48 hours ago and see how it went down. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Feature events underway. A good start for Aaron Reitzel. Nearly took a shot at Kyle Larson as Brent Marks is falling through the field. Nearly contact for that second spot down the back straightaway. Kerry Madsen goes by Reitzel into turns 3 and 4. Kerry Madsen into second spot. Aaron Reitzel hot on his heels. Now Madsen looks to the inside. A slider for the race lead. Kerry Madsen takes it away in turn number 2. Kyle Larson back to the inside. He'll reclaim the lead down the back straightaway. Kerry Madsen tries to run the bottom. Here comes Reitzel around the outside. 3-car battle for the race lead at the front of the field. Kyle Larson leads lap number 2, but Kerry Madsen is all over him. Look at Reitzel around the outside. The track is starting to come in. 2 lanes being utilized in turns number 1 and 2. Aaron Reitzel is looking froggy here in this one, all over the back end of Kerry Madsen's car down the front straightaway. Madsen goes in the middle, Reitzel a little bit higher, now tries to turn the car down the hill. Not going to work out for him. Both drivers losing touch with Kyle Larson down the backstretch. Rico Abreu to the inside of Aaron Reitzel for that third spot. He'll take it away in turn number 2. Rico Abreu now to third. Kyle Larson can see the back end of the field. He's close. Caution. Car off the pace. It's Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney with a problem, and he is going to come to a slow stop in turn 2. Green flag back in the air. Good start for Madsen around the outside. They go side by side down the front straightaway into turn one. Larson, a short slider on the Madman. Around the bottom comes Aaron Reitzel trying to get back by Carey. Here side by side for second. They get very close in turn three. Madsen up the racetrack over the cushion. Here comes Rico Abreu and Giovanni Scelzi. Aaron Reitzel, an aggressive maneuver to get by Madsen, and now Rico's going to take advantage. Rico goes to second in turn two. Rico Abreu up into second across the nose of Aaron Reitzel. Meanwhile, Kerry Madsen falling through the field. He's outside the top five. Kerry Madsen around the outside. He's going to get circled by Corey Day. Corey Day's up to sixth, just outside the top five. Here comes Kerry Madsen back around the inside, trying to catch back up to Aaron Reitzel. Might be some hurt feelings there if those two get anywhere near each other. Up front, Larson comes across the line. We've got 14 laps to go and a great battle going on for this third position. 3 cars strong. It's Reitzel, Madsen, and Scelzi as they fan out down the back straightaway. Chase Randall is now by Corey Day. Corey Day back to his inside, trying to take the position back away. Cannot do it. Now he does across the line. Chase Randall's march to the front of the field continues. Thorson back to 7th as Larson now encounters the back of the field. He gets by the 0 of Eric Baldacini. Here comes Rico down the backstretch. Abreu now 7/10 of a second behind your race leader. Larson closing in on Austin Mundy, trying to get by the number 4 car into turn 1. He will do just that. Abreu may be in the catbird seat here as Larson has to encounter the back of the field. Rico within 3 car lengths. He is closing in on Young Money at the front. 6 laps to go. Larson with an aggressive maneuver to get by Gage Polkerbeck. Rico will have to follow suit down here in turns 3 and 4. Rico now gets blocked off a little bit there from Polkerbeck, and to lose some ground with the 57 down the front straightaway. Larson continues to slice his way through a couple lap cars. Gets by the 71 of Christopher Townsend. 2 laps to go this time by for Larson. He makes his way by Reese Moran as well. 2 lap cars between Larson and Abreu. And now Abreu feeling the heat from Aaron Reitzel. The top 2 in the championship last year, battling for the 2nd spot. Abreu makes his way by Townsend. But Kyle Larson is coming to the Allgaier Performance. 1 lap to go. 1 to go for Larson. He's got about a 10 car length lead or more over Rico Abreu on the back bumper of Matt Covington. Larson, for the first time since the very first race in Las Vegas, he's back in victory lane with Highland Racing here tonight at Texas. Rico Abreu 2nd, Aaron Reitzel 3rd, Giovanni Scelzi 4th, and 5th goes to Kerry Madsen. Entertaining battles behind Kyle Larson, your winner here on Thursday night. But the rest of the 25 cars in the field tonight are trying to avoid seeing that Silva Motorsports 57 maintain his spot at the front of the field here again tonight. As you're seeing a packed fan fest down there behind the main grandstands. We do this for every single race with Interstate Batteries Highland Racing. The drivers come back to their t-shirt trailers, and the fans go down there, get to talk to them, mix and mingle, get pictures, get autographs, and this is exactly why we do it, as those fans are getting a great experience down there, meeting up with the drivers that race full-time with Interstate Batteries Highland Racing. We have 10 more minutes of that fan fest going on, and then we'll get right into opening ceremonies here at the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne. We've got more for you right after this break.
This is Kyle Larson, and you're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Where valve train technology and racing passion meet.
Is it all a fever dream? I'm burning gasoline. And Rico goes back to the high side. Get to the lead, shit. To the turn now, look to the inside of turn 1.
Abreu to the outside.
puts you in the garage, the front office, and the spotlight with a motorsports marketing degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
I'm big on understanding the business side of motorsports, and UNOH is equipping people to do that.
From internships to real-world experience, social media and PR, to sponsorships and race day operations, this is the business behind the action.
You can promote races, you can get to know the drivers, you can even do marketing for a driver.
The starting line is waiting for you at UNOH.
To our viewers watching on FloRacing 24/7, thanks for tuning in. For even more racing action, stream FloRacing anytime in the Flo Sports app. Now we know there's many people here in the grandstands that are probably taking in their first sprint car race of their lives tonight. If you take a look at the big screen down there, we'll explain to you the format that'll be taking place here this evening. We've already gone through qualifying. That is what just took place. And so the drivers, they drew for a random spot in qualifying order. They went out there, ran their best 2 laps, and that sets them up for our 3 heat races. Each driver will be in a heat race. Each one of those heat races, 8 laps in distance. The top 6 will transfer from the heat race into the A main. There will be 2 cars from each heat race going to the dash. That dash is 7 laps. It sets the first 3 rows of the main event. The rest of the drivers in the top 6 of the heat race, they go to the feature. But then if you didn't finish in the top 6 of the heat race, you're going to the last chance, the B main event. 12 laps, top 6 from the B main go to the main event. If you don't finish top 6, your night is done. That sets us up for a 24-car field for 30 laps and $15,000 to win at the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne, with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Now, last Thursday, or Thursday night, 2 days ago, we saw Kyle Larson. We already watched the highlights. He won, and Rico was second, and Aaron Reitz was third. But a story that has been brewing for the last 4 races with the series has been the Rookie of the Year contender, the Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contender, Hank Davis from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Entering this year, Hank Davis had less than 50 starts in a 410 wing sprint car, and the last 4 races with us, he's finished inside the top 10 in all 4 of them. It's been a really, really good run with a new team in Michael Dutcher Motorsports. And on Thursday night, Brian Walker with High Limit Racing was able to catch up with Hank Davis and talk to him about his season so far.
After the Checkers Night 1 at Texas Motor Speedway wrapped up, the Dryden Performance Products Stockyard Stampede presented by Relodyne. I nailed that time. Talked with Hank Davis after the Checkers debut. I wanted to get with you another top 10 tonight. That's 4 straight. You and Gio are the only guys on this tour right now to do that. What has it been like? This is your first year on a tour, right? Like, you were jumping into the deep end with Michael Dutcher. What has it been like, just taking things from a whole?
Yeah, it's obviously been really tough. Like, the beginning of the year, we started pretty terrible, to be honest with you, and I think we would all say that. But yeah, no, I'm just super proud of us because, I mean, it's not easy to come out here and do it and to be able to start clicking along and feel like realistically we belong in the top 10 almost every night. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster, but it's I'm glad it's starting to kind of click along here, and we're getting some momentum and just consistency.
Yeah, speaking of momentum, how big is that, right? I think it was 7th at Route 66. You go get a top 5 at Lucas Oil, 7th at a really tough field at Eagle, 9th tonight. Is like, with every passing night and another good run, is it just you feel even better and better?
Yeah, I'm just getting more comfortable of how to race. I mean, these guys are the best that you can get, right? And yeah, they're just, even for 13th, it's hard to beat the guy for 13th. So yeah, no, I'm super proud of how we're doing it, and yeah, like I say, I feel like, you know, I almost expect the top 10. It's obviously not going to happen every night, but here the last probably month or 2, we've been going forward every time we go out for the features, so that's really something just to be happy about. So yeah, I'd say we're kind of finding our footing and clicking along here.
You were the star of a High Limit Room episode with our video man TLP right now earlier this season, and the biggest thing I took away was constantly you don't want to look ahead. I feel like you said that a million times. So I want to ask you to look back on these first 10, 11 races, being your first season out here. What has been some of, or the one biggest things you've learned as a race car driver, away from the track, whatever?
I think really, like I think I've said before, that like you just start getting your ass kicked, and then you learn how you're getting your ass kicked, so you got to start doing that, or you're going to get your ass kicked. So it's just one of those like sink or swim things, and I'd say that we're kind of just, you know, figuring out how to paddle here and just keep afloat. So yeah, no, I'm like I say, I'm just happy if we can get our qualifying down and start toward the front. Then I mean, these things would be a lot not easy, but easier just to kind of maintain, right, instead of having to pass cars. So yeah, once we can get that down, I think we'll be doing all right.
How has it been working with Michael Dutcher and obviously a brand new team to you? How's the relationship building going?
Good. I mean, Dutch is definitely the polar opposite of me. I'm the outgoing guy, and he's definitely just the quiet, laid-back guy. So I'd say we balance each other out because I kind of give him no option but to have some fun and messing around. So yeah, I'd say that we're pretty much just enjoying each other and having a good time.
Yeah, rolling along, definitely.
Thanks
for talking to us. Going for 5 straight top 10s Saturday night here at Texas Motor Speedway. That's Hank Davis.
Tonight's action is powered by Dryden, built for hard work in the toughest conditions and trusted to deliver performance day in and day out. As the title sponsor of the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, Relodyne and Dryden are proud to bring this high-energy weekend of racing to Texas Motor Speedway's dirt track. From the track to the job site, Dryden keeps American industry moving. Learn more at Dryden.com. Getting a look at the beautiful, here's me right here. I'm waving. You can see me on the left of your screen right there. Beautiful night here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. We're having a great time. We are about ready for opening ceremonies here in about a minute or two, and that's when we're really going to see how Carson Hocevar handles this pit reporting gig, as he is going to handle opening ceremonies all by himself, and we'll all get to see how it takes place at the same time. The El Toro Building Supply Fan Fest has come to an end, and it sounds like it was one of the most popular fan fests we've ever had with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing, so that is absolutely spectacular, and we've got some special stuff coming up here for you during opening ceremonies. As for the folks in the grandstand, you can already see what's going on down there in Victory Lane, and we've got some other things going on as well. We're waiting for our other special guest to get up here to the announcer's booth as well. Hopefully he is not in that line trying to get into the facility right now, because if that was the case, well, then we might miss him for the heat race. We'll have to wait and see if that is the case. But it sounds like we are now officially ready to get things underway. So let's go downstairs. Carson Hocevar, good luck. It's opening ceremonies time.
It is. Welcome, everybody. I got my notes here. I'm not great with memorizing, so excuse me for this. But hello to everybody. Welcome to the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, presented and powered by Relodyne. Sponsor Richard Bell with El Toro Building Supply. He's asked me to just hand him the mic, and here we go, Richard.
Yeah, Carson, thank you, and a great job last night. But just this is so much fun, and I just appreciate being a part of High Limit Racing. They have definitely raised the ante, not only on sprint cars, but racing as a whole. Big thanks to Kendra Jacobs. She's the rock star that makes this whole deal a royal flush. And, you know, just to be in the same atmosphere as a company like Interstate Batteries just charges me up, just a positive experience all the way around. And then, Carson, I personally want to thank you for bringing some character to Cup. And with that being said, I'm going to get this baby back.
Well, I appreciate Richard. Well, we're going to get further away because I know everybody in the stands is very excited to watch these sprint cars go into action. So without further ado, I'd like to ask everybody to please stand, remove your hats, and welcome Lori Cutter from Race for Christ to lead us in our invocation.
Lord Jesus, thank you for bringing us together and calming the storms around us so that we could race. Deep gratitude goes to all of our sponsors who give so much. Lord, prosper them in many ways. We lift up our fans tonight and those in the stands and on flow. They show up expecting an action-packed night. Struggles many, burdens heavy, hearts weary. Help them cast every care on you. Let your peace that surpasses understanding fall on them now. Restore, heal, and provide. And give them a joy in this moment as we race tonight. Place your protection over every driver, team, staff, and volunteer this weekend. From the dirt track to the asphalt track, surround them with your angels, Lord. We thank you, Lord, for the freedom to gather, given through the brave men and women of our military. Cover them and bring them safely home to us. We ask all these things in Christ's name. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing as the 1st Cavalry Division honor and present our nation's colors. Please remain standing for the national anthem performed by the United States Army 1st Cavalry Division Band from Fort Hood, Texas. that's the, you guys saw the most stressed I ever was all week. There was a lot of great folks and men and women here that there's a lot of pressure on me. So super excited to throw away the script now from here on out, and excited to see some sprint car racing. Everybody get loud if you're ready for some sprint cars and some interstates battery high limit.
In heat race number 1, about to make their way onto the track in turn number 2. Let's take a look at the lineup of our first heat race presented by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. Here is the lineup in this one on the pole from Myerstown, Pennsylvania. Driving the Warrior Buildings, McGrewBid.com, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, Fenton Marks Racing Development. Number 19, that is Brent Marks. And outside of him, starting from second out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Casey Kane Racing with Mike Curb, Napa, Brumos Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation. Number 9, it's Dason Pursley. Starting in third from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Dean Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino. Number 26, Justin Peck. And starting in fourth, it's winner on Thursday night from Elk Grove, California, the Elba Your Alternative, HendrickCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing. Number 57 of Kyle Larson. Starting in the 5th position from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the JB Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X. That is Reese Moran. And to his outside, a Race Dean Foundation Rookie of the Year contender from Jacksonville, Oregon, the Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Trim by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13 of Tanner Holmes. Your 7th starter from Sunnyvale, Texas, in the Town Line Variety, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels, number 15H is Sam Haferteep Jr., and to his outside from Spring, Texas, the CDI Services, AccuFab, QualityTurbo.com, Quality Locomotives, number 0 of Eric Baldacchini, and your final starter from Anadarko, Oklahoma, and the Marshall Auto Supply, Tanner Sawyer State Farm, Sooner Electric Harvest House Restaurant, number 98P in his high limit debut, it's Ryan Paget. TJ Forged only builds forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate our wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what we do. We lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That is TJ Forged. Each heat race, as we talked about earlier, is 8 laps in distance, and you must finish inside the top 6 to be a part of tonight's A main event. If you are 7th or 8th in a heat race, you will then go to the B main and have to race your way in through there. 3 heat races, so 6, 6, and 6. That gives us 18 cars, 6 more from the B, 24 later on in the racing program. Well, Carson, Hocevar, I'm not sure if you got your headset on down there or not, but that was a pretty good opening ceremonies, I thought. I told our producers to give you a 98 out of 100. Not too bad on the scorecard there. Hit all the sponsors, got a word in with our sponsor, El Toro Building Supply. Carson, how do you think that went for you?
It was the most nervous I've been here all week by far. I had to introduce a lot of people, but especially I'm completely fine making a fool of myself in any given fashion and any given night. But when it comes to our nation's colors and a prayer and everything, I am absolutely not okay with messing that up. So I was, very, very nervous.
Well, you did great, I thought. And real quick, before cars roll on the track, I did see something, I think it was yesterday, from FloRacing that, you do all this stuff on NASCAR and on the pavement stuff, right? But it sounds like you've got some races coming up in the Spire late model here soon, right?
Yeah, we're going to do literally every night of the Flo Night in America Dirt Late Model Tour. So we're going to basically race for a championship, and I say that very loosely as if we're going to have a shot at that championship. But we're going to be in the points to be able to stack ourselves up and then, hopefully run some big nights, including the Dream World and everything in between, hopefully. If it's on a weekday, we want to be there.
Wow, I didn't realize that the schedule was that large. So could see Carson Hocevar a lot more here in a dirt late model coming up here. As he mentioned, the FloRacing Night in America, you see it on your screen there at LaSalle Speedway on May 5th, Lincoln Speedway May 6th, and Spoon River on May 7th. 3 really, really racy tracks. I've seen them for sprint cars. I've never seen late models at either of those tracks, but man, that should be a whole lot of fun. And we've got cars about to roll onto the racetrack here momentarily. Carson, how are you feeling about your abilities to interview these guys as they come straight off the racetrack into you?
I'm pretty happy, honestly. I feel pretty good. I watch every night of high limit racing, and I'm excited to be able to ask the questions sometimes I wish I could be there to ask for. So I'm almost getting my wish here.
Yeah, Tony Laporta, for those of you maybe that don't really know, Tony Laporta is normally the infield reporter with the series. Tonight he's officiating his brother's wedding, and so that would be a tough one to miss. It's hard to tell your brother, hey, I'll make it to the next one. I tried doing that to my sister, and it didn't work out too well. We do not recommend saying that to a family member for their wedding. We got our first heat race now rolling out there onto the racetrack, and we will go 8 laps, top 6 to the feature, of course. TJ Forged, heat race number 1. At the end of the heat race, we just talked about it there with Carson, there will be a driver that is selected by race control to stop down there on the front stretch. And usually it's somebody that maybe passed a car or two or did something crazy during the heat race. And Carson will be able to ask him about it. And usually you get some pretty good reactions from these guys. And, Carson, sometimes these guys show up in these interviews on the front stretch, and even in an 8-lap heat race. I mean, these guys are out of breath, their arms are hurting, and they look like they just ran a mile.
Yeah, for my sake and entertainment, I'm hoping everybody's going to get ready to cut a promo and try to sell some T-shirts. So I'm looking forward to what some of these guys say.
Yeah, we are too, and our special guest has finally arrived in the booth. I don't know if he got stuck in the line outside or what, but buddy boy Chase Briscoe, NASCAR winner, is up here in the booth as well. Briscoe, high limit racing feature starter here at Texas Motor Speedway, I believe.
No, I don't think
so. You missed the show.
I think I missed it by 1.
I did not.
I think I missed it by 1. I appreciate the confidence in me, though.
Yeah, I did not mean to call you out. I actually did think you made the show there. But hey, great to have you up here calling some high limit racing action. And we've been trying to plan this for a while.
We have been trying for a long time, and it just never has worked out. So, yeah, I'm excited to be up here. And, yeah, great crowd. I mean, we haven't even started hot laps, and the crowd's big. So, yeah, looking forward to tonight.
Did the line go down when you came in? Because we saw
it was packed out there.
Yeah, it was packed. It was a long line out there to get into the facility. So, hopefully people making their way in and then getting a nice seat to take in the high limit action. And, Briscoe, from, bouncing around dirt tracks your entire life, Texas Motor Speedway, when it comes to a dirt track facility, there's not many that are better than this.
No, this place is unbelievable. It is definitely one of the most pristine, just facilities that any sprint car driver, any dirt track in the world. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing this place packed out. This is definitely one of the nicest facilities. It's got to be the only dirt track with a tunnel, too, I feel like, that you drive through.
Yes.
So, yeah. It's trippy when you drive through that thing, too, with a wing.
I'm sure.
You're convinced that it's going to hit every time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure the record still exists, right? You were the youngest 410 sprint car winner of all time, or did somebody beat that?
Maybe somebody beat. I have no idea. But it was without the wing.
You were like 8 years old or something?
13.
13. Yeah, close enough.
Close enough to 8.
Yeah, 13, 8, whatever. And it all is the same. Where were you at before this? You had some big, some big deal going on with Bass Pro Shops or something, right?
Yep, had a full day, obviously, over at the big track with practice and qualifying, trying to keep up with Carson. And then, yeah, went to Bass Pro Shops tonight. Did a little autograph signing there. And then, yeah, shot straight over here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to have you up here in the booth. We've had Carson obviously up here back in Vegas. We had Dell up here, a good friend of ours for a super long time, and now you guys are teammates. Back in the day, it seems like 5 years ago, man, we were all on our Factor and iRacing hanging out, but now you guys are big time, and then here I am.
It's crazy. It's all came full circle. We're all up here. We used to race online together, and
the racing didn't work out for me.
You were close.
Was I? I don't think I was.
I mean, did you win?
The racing part?
Yeah, you won at Red Bluff before, didn't you?
I did not, no. Our buddy Logan Seavey actually took a win away from me one time. He jumped the start.
That's a good guy to lose to, though.
He jumped the start. I told him. I still bring it up every now and again. He jumped the start on me, and that was my one chance to win, and I never was able to do it. So maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll get a win. But got our first couple of cars rolling off here. The HendrickCars.com pace truck is in turn 1. And from how I understand it, Briscoe, you're not going to go full Hocevar here. You're not going to do play-by-play, but you're going to give us some insight as to what these guys are feeling maybe between breaks and under yellows and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was blown away that was Hocevar. That guy, I think the racing deal is going to work out for him. But yeah, if he wanted to be a full-time commentator, I think he could do it. He was really good.
Yeah, come on, Chase. You got to give it a shot, at least one of these.
I mean, I'll try.
You got to give it one shot.
I have no shot. But
There's
I'll try
only
my
like
best.
8 cars. Just see what you see.
Yeah, he's right. There's only 8 cars. There's not that much happening out there. Give him a lap or two to buzz the racing surface in. A little bit of water applied to the surface before we got underway with this first heat race. And the track's shaping up pretty well. I'm not sure if you watched the highlights or not, Chase, on Thursday. But there was a lot of rain the night before, a little bit of rain the day of the race, and super heavy cloud cover. And so the track was not very wide. But tonight we got a sun, and the track's already in really, really good shape as far as giving us 2 lanes later on.
Yeah, for sure. The track looks really good. I mean, that's all you can ask for in a heat race scenario. The track should be a little bit wider. And this place, yeah, Thursday night was definitely a little bit narrow. It's super fast, but tonight it looks like it's going to be really good. And I mean, even last year here, we saw on the second night, I think it was, where the track really widened out and it was an awesome race.
Yeah, the Texas Motor Speedway in the past has not had a ton of races, so it's hard to get a grasp on the track prep when you don't run a place very much. But with High Limit coming here 4 times a year, they've really got a handle on it, and the boys have been doing a great job giving us a racy surface. We're coming to the green this time by. It's the first heat race of the night. Brent Marks alongside of last year's Rookie of the Year, Dason Pursley. Chalk stripe in turn 4 at the UNOH start zone, and we are green with a parachuter coming over the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. I'm not sure if that was planned or not, but we're underway with Marks showing the way. We got one around and spinning. The 98P of Ryan Paget goes around. That's a name we hear at the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, that is. I guess the flyover, he had a little headwind. We just missed the timing by a couple of minutes, but yeah, he's here. Just a big headwind.
We missed the flyover just a tick. Here's a look at the CompCam's replay. Paget, the back of the field, going into turn 1, over the cushion and around. Can you explain to us how hard that is to keep control of the car when you get over that that racing line there, Chase?
Yeah, it's kind of just real choppy up there, and just you kind of lose grip. The car starts bouncing around too. So yeah, it's always kind of tough when you get up on that. A lot of the time, your floorboard will literally be like, bottoming out, especially into 3. You kind of see how the cushion is already kind of stacked up where, yeah, you're just bouncing all over the place typically.
And Paget tonight, his High Limit debut, and actually his first ever Wing 410 start. It was supposed to take place on Thursday night. Unfortunately, he was about an hour late to the track and did not run qualifying or the heat race. He showed up for the B main and then pulled into the infield immediately. So Paget has his work cut out for him here tonight. There's no question about that. We'll try the start again. Did not get a lap completed. Marks and Pursley up front to Peck and Larson in row number 2. Reese Moran and Tanner Holmes in row 3. Sam Haferteep Jr. and Eric Baldacini in row number 4. Then, of course, Paget out back in the 98P. Coming to the green once again at that chalk stripe in the 4th corner, and we are underway. Nice even start up front, but it will be Marks getting the calls. Here comes Larson, takes a poke underneath the 9 of Dason Pursley. Pursley around the outside, going to maintain that 2nd spot. Big change back there as Tanner Holmes makes his way forward. Holmes from 6th to 4th on the opening lap, and now Sam Haferteep's over the cushion. He goes around. The caution's back out again. Sam Haferteep Jr. going around in turn 3. And that is not something that you would normally see from Haferteep, a 6-time ASCS champion. And Chase, what happens here, you think?
Yeah, same thing kind of just happened to Ryan Paget there into 1. It's always tough, especially at the start here. You're kind of in dirty air. Your car's not handling quite as well. And yeah, it just gets in there and kind of gets up above it and gets stuck up there. And yeah, then obviously turns you around.
Sam Haferteep was very good here on this weekend 1 year ago. Was in the top 5 both nights. A 3rd place on night 1, a 4th place on night 2. And that 3rd place was the best of his career with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. We mentioned he's a 6-time ASCS champion. That is with the 360 cubic inch engine under the hood compared to a 410 that he's in here this evening. And so Haferteep, of course, he's one of the stars, one of the co-hosts of the Drivers Project podcast. One of the best podcasts. If you're a sprint car fan, I recommend checking it out. As we will go single file, Brent Marks Yeah, it's been a tough start to the year for him, Chase. We know that guy can win anywhere at any given time, but so far this year, I think he's sitting 11th in points. Been a really tough start to the year. He's trying to turn it around here tonight.
Yeah, and I feel like it was last weekend we kind of started seeing some more speed out of Brent Marks. Obviously, the other night it was good too. So yeah, it's not a surprise to see Brent Marks up front. It's been a surprise, I think, just a little bit of the struggle early this season. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Brent's in the mix to win tonight.
He's got 2 victories to his credit here at Texas in the past, and the green flag comes back out. We are underway once again. Mark's going to squirt away from Persley into turn 1. Kyle Larson takes the opening down low, tries to get by Persley. Maybe a little greasy, a little bit down there in turn number 2. Larson maintains that 3rd position. 4th is Tanner Holmes. 5th is Justin Peck. And behind him is Reese Moran in that final transfer straight to the main event. Then it's Eric Baldacini and the 15H of Sam Hafertepe Jr. Larson continuing to work down low. Pulls up next to Persley. Persley too strong around the outside with that momentum. Maintains the 2nd position. But Larson able to put that car about anywhere right now, looks like, Chase.
Yeah. Perfect racetrack for a heat race. 2 grooves, about dead even. Larson now looking to the inside of Persley. We'll slide him there off of turn 2. But yeah, awesome racetrack. See Larson now he has a little bit cleaner air, still sticking to the bottom though at 3 and 4.
Yeah, trying to work the bottom end here. And if he can catch up to Brent Marks, which would be pretty impressive, as Marks has about a 10 or 12 car length advantage into turn 1. If Larson can get to the lead and win this thing, he would automatically be on the pole of the dash later on tonight. But Brent Marks is going to be a tough guy, a tough customer to catch up to here in this one with just 3 laps to go across the line. Larson in 2nd. 3rd is Persley. He is being hounded now by the 26 of Justin Peck, who has made his way by Tanner Holmes for that 4th position. Holmes now in the clutches of Reese Moran down the backstretch. Here's a move for 3rd in turns 3 and 4. Justin Peck across the nose of Dason Persley. Move him into the 3rd spot. Justin Peck now to 3rd. Persley back to 4th. Good battle for 5th as well, as they are nose to tail. Moran just did the same thing as Hafertepe, and Paget goes around, keeps on going, falls to the back of the field, and we stay green. White flag, 1 lap to go here for Brent Marks, but a costly mistake from Reese Moran sends him to the tail end of the field. Checkered flag set to come this time by, and a wave over the 19 of Brent Marks. 2nd goes to Kyle Larson, 3rd Justin Peck, 4th Dason Persley, and 5th will be Tanner Holmes. TJ Ford's heat race number 1 goes to Brent Marks. He'll go to tonight's dash along with the 57 of Kyle Larson. Justin Peck is 3rd. 4th goes to Dason Persley. 5th Tanner Holmes. 6th Sam Hafertepe Jr. Reese Moran, Eric Baldacini, and Ryan Paget. The rest of the finishing order there. Kyle Larson 4th to 2nd. That car looks just as fast as it did on Thursday night. He'll stop on the front straightaway and talk to Carson Hocevar.
Kyle Larson, you went 4 to 2nd there. You won the O'Reilly race not long ago. You were winner here last time in the A-Main. How motivated are you to go win tonight?
Well, you're stealing all the headlines lately, so trying to do what I can to stay relevant. But no, it's been a fun weekend so far, and yeah, good to be a winner earlier today, and you off to a good start again tonight. My car feels really good. I feel like I can maneuver. We'll see what the track does. It's kind of fast and spinny up top, so afraid it could take rubber just underneath the cushion, but I'm sure they'll get to work on it and give all the race fans a great track tonight.
Good luck tonight. Race fans, that's Kyle Larson, 4 to 2nd in that heat.
All right, thank you very much, Carson. We now roll into heat race number 2, presented by DMI Racing Components. Here's the lineup in this one on the pole. From Clovis, California, driving the Trex Decking, Weyerhaeuser, 4Cs Construction, Autry Plumbing, Myers Constructors. Number 14, it's Corey Day. And it was outside starting in 2nd. From Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium, Factory Cane, and Maxwell Racing Oils, Messi Valley Transportation. Number 88, Tanner Thorson. The 3rd starter from Lubbock, Texas, is Brenham Crouch. He drives the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Street, and Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RB Ranch. Number 5. And to his outside, the defending Highland Racing champion. From St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart, Kerbagajane and Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, Waste Connections, Mike's Pool Care. Number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Your 5th starter is from Northport, Florida. It's Danny Sams III and the Global Leg, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. Number 24D. And to his right, a Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contender. From Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17 GP. it's Hank Davis. The 7th starter, Matt Covington from Glenpool, Oklahoma. The Nice Equipment, Reese Construction, DEW Towing, Missile Motorsports, number 95. And his outside out of Crandall, Texas, that's Austin Mundy in the Classic Starter and Alternator, Precision Repro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products, number 4. And the final starter for this one, out of Fresno, California, the Chili Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, number 77 of Giovanni Selzi. That's the lineup for DMI Race Components Heat Race number 2. DMI Race Components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of central Pennsylvania, you can find us participating in a sport we love every single week. You race, we race, let's race together. And Briscoe, you have been you watch a ton of dirt racing, of course. How surprising is it and how impressive has it been so far this year for Tanner Thorson to be leading the high limit points?
Yeah, it's super impressive. And it's kind of been this wave of, midget guys kind of coming over to the wing world. You have had Tyler Courtney, now Tanner obviously having success. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun to see Tanner. When Tanner's good, it's good for the sport.
It really is. As we come to the green, heat race number 2 is underway. Corey Day trying to get a good launch off the bottom. Tanner Thorson sticks to his right rear into turn number 1. Day up the racetrack, gets to the cushion, and Thorson goes around, collects Crouch, and they crash in turn number 2. Crouch keeps going, but the points leader with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing goes around, and he backs it in the wall in turn 2. Here's a look at Brenham Crouch's car. It actually looks all right as he rolls down the front straightaway. And Thorson's car does not look all right. The front end is mangled on that car. And Briscoe, we did not see this at all on Thursday night. I'm not sure if the track is that much different or not, but this is the fourth car we've seen do this exact same thing.
Yeah, I would say it's normally odd if you see 2 guys do that. And for how many guys have done that, yeah, it's super thick up there and choppy. And yeah, it's definitely kind of surprised me, even where Tanner kind of got over there, that it was still an issue. So yeah, it's definitely been biting a lot of people, and that'll be big for the points. And even for tonight, Tanner's going to have to really rally now.
Yeah, he really is. Him and another guy in this heat race, Giovanni Selzi, who started out back because he needed an engine change, did not get out in time for qualifying. And Thorson going to get taken off on the hook. And so we will see him later on in the B main. And like I said earlier, that is the current points leader with the series. That is going to move Brenham Crouch outside the front row next to Corey Day. Rico Abreu inside of row 2 next to Danny Sams. And then Hank Davis, Matt Covington, Austin Mundy, and Giovanni Selzi out back. Chalk stripe next to that yellow tire. It's the UNOH starting zone. And we are not going green this time by. Looks like the lights are still on. Brenham Crouch, I talked about earlier on today, had an incredible start in his heat race yesterday. Started inside of row 2. And by the time he got to turn 1, was 3 wide, throwing a slider for the lead. Came up a little bit short, but ended up second in that one. I believe Corey Day was also in that heat race last night. And so we'll see if Crouch can maybe exact his revenge here in this one and get his heat race victory. Rico Abreu, keep an eye on him. As long as he stays in the top 6, he'll be fine and go to the dash, but he has a chance here to get up there and maybe get the ace in the hole and start on the pole of tonight's dash. Off of turn number 4, the green flag is out. Another textbook start there from Corey Day, and he'll pull away with the lead into turn 1. Day gets up to the cushion, maybe hops over it slightly there, but continues on with the race lead. Behind them, you got Rico Abreu getting by Danny Sams. Now here comes Hank Davis. He'll put a move on Danny Sams and move into the 4th position. Hank Davis to 4th, Danny Sams back to the inside, and he will throw a slider right back at Hank Davis into turn number 1. Danny Sams fresh off his first top 10 of the season here on Thursday night. Him and Hank Davis get very close into turn 3. Up the racetrack goes Davis, takes that spot away. Hank Davis, another guy I've been watching for a long time, man. He's come a long ways there, Briscoe.
Yeah, it's been fun to see kind of Hank Davis's progression. Not a ton of national experience with a wing, but certainly a guy every January at the Chili Bowl is a guy to watch. It's been a lot of fun to see him in the Michael Dutcher group.
Giovanni Selzi has gone by the 95 of Matt Covington and into the final transfer spot. Remember, Selzi had to change an engine earlier on, missed his qualifying spot, and now he's trying to track down the 24D of Danny Sams III. Race leader, still Corey Day at the front of the field. Brown Crouch 2nd, Rico Abreu in 3rd, Hank Davis is 4th, and Danny Sams in 5th as Gio tries to run the bottom in turns 3 and 4. We did see the bottom work pretty well in that first heat race for Kyle Larson, and so no surprise to see Selzi trying out the waters down there. He'll do it again into turns 3 and 4 in his pursuit of Sams off of turn number 4, trying to get that grip, and closes in a little bit there on the Moxie Performance Advisors number 24D car. Selzy, every position he can gain will improve his starting spot in tonight's main event. 2 laps to go. Goes back to the inside in 3 and 4. Got to be really patient to do that.
Yeah, definitely have to make sure you hit the bottom, hit the moisture. Definitely want to get back up the racetrack though on 1 and 2. We've seen it just really slow down there. 3 and 4 definitely the end if you're going to try the bottom, but you have to make sure you slow down to hit it.
White flag, 1 lap to go for Corey Day. His lead over Brenham Crouch is a pretty steady one. It's over 1.8 seconds the last time by. And here he comes in line. DMI Racing Components heat race number 2 goes to Corey Day. Brenham Crouch second, Rico Abreu third, fourth goes to Hank Davis, and fifth will be Danny Sams the third. Your results from heat race number 2. It's Corey Day with the win. He will go to tonight's dash. Second, Brenham Crouch. Third will be Rico Abreu. He will also go to the dash. Hank Davis fourth, Danny Sams fifth, and Giovanni Selzy in sixth. Matt Covington, Austin Mundy, and Tanner Thorson finishes up in that 9th position. Brenham Crouch has stopped down on the front straightaway, and that's 2 nights in a row he's been down there for the heat race interview. Carson Hocevar, take it away.
Brendan Crouch, second, I'm sure you wanted to win that heat, but second, best case scenario, what you saw on your lap there coming off turn 2?
Yeah, kind of just in a tight spot. He was kind of blocked behind my right sideboard, and so I couldn't really see him until I was there. And just fortunate that we didn't have too much stuff beat up, and we were able to finish the heat race there. I think we didn't really have quite enough for Corey there on the start. Starting outside here when it gets slick is I've gotten burnt trying just about every method here, so just trying to figure that out on my end and seeing if we can't get going forward here in the future for my guys.
Well, good luck to you tonight. Brendan Crouch, who ends up second here in that heat.
Thank you very much, Carson. As we roll into heat race number 3, it's presented by BR Motorsports. Here is the lineup for the final heat race of the night. On the pole from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Starting second from Indianapolis, Indiana, in the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge, number 7, BC, it's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Your third starter is Steven Snyder Jr. from Rising Sun, Maryland, and the Freeway Insurance, PristineAuction.com, Spire Motorsports, NOS Energy Drink number 87X, and it was outside out of Clute, Texas, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Bryant Paper Motorsports, STC, Monty Farms number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car number 42, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, MAV Motorsports entry, it's Cy Lynch, and it was outside starting from the 6th position. Out of Waco, Texas, the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9, R. Chase Randall. Starting 7th from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Proceed, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, Phil Thompson and Associates, number G5 at Gage Polkerbeck. And the final starter is from Tarkington, Texas, the Fastway Auto Rehab, Turbine Specialty Services, Keene Industrial, XXC Texas, number 71 of Christopher Townsend. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. They have the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and Triple X Chassis. Find out more, go to brmotorsports.com. Well, Briscoe, we know that you're a big dirt racing guy, and you sent me a couple of pictures of some sprint cars here recently. What is going on with your team here in 2026?
Well, Rodman, you really put me on the spot here.
Don't go into too much detail.
Well,
okay.
we were going to announce it Monday, but I can just announce it now. Yeah, we're going to actually be at the High Limit Race at Kokomo next week.
Really?
So, yeah, looking forward to getting our team back out there. Going to run like 15 to 20 races this year with Carter Sarf. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what we can do at Kokomo next week. It's not too far from the shop. It's like 2.5, 3 hours. So, yeah, looking forward to getting back out on the road.
Interesting. So Carter Sarf, and that was not planned. I did not know that.
That was totally, off the cuff.
That was off the cuff for sure. So Carter Sarf and Chase Briscoe Racing number 5 going to be with us at High Limit Kokomo next weekend for the Driven to Save Lives Brian Clausen Hero Classic. Looking forward to that one. And so you told me in a text, don't expect Risky Brisky to be on the wrenches, or he is?
No, he's going to be on the wrenches.
He will be. Okay.
He's going to do it. So yeah, looking forward to it. He's excited to go back racing. So yeah, not too crazy of a schedule. Like I said, we're only going to run like 15 to 20 races. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Always love catching up with Kevin Briscoe as we're coming to the green next time by in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Kerry Madsen alongside Tyler Courtney. Interesting front row there as Kerry actually just passed Tyler Courtney last night for 5th in the championship point standings. standings. And Courtney, we know that yesterday that team went to the dyno and we're doing all kinds of testing and things on their engine. And so we'll see if that pays dividends here in this heat race and later on in the main event, of course, as well. Final heat race of the night, 8 laps, and the top 6 going straight to the big dance. Off of turn number 4, we are green. And it will be Kerry Madsen with the first call into turn 1. Steven Snyder Jr. trying to work around the bottom, gets to the slick. Around the outside comes Aaron Reitzel. He takes the 3rd spot down the back stretch. Now they're 3 wide for 4th into turns 3 and 4. Cy Lynch and Chase Randall both go by Steven Snyder in turns 3 and 4. Cy Lynch to 4th. Chase Randall now is inside. He's going to slide in front of Cy Lynch and take over the 4th spot. Chase Randall went 20th to 8th in the feature on Thursday night. He was the hard charger in that one, and he's hard charging in this heat race as well. Started back in 6th, he's up 2 positions. Now Lynch back to the inside, another slider for that position. Cy Lynch takes it back away down the back straightaway. Chase Randall to the inside, they're gonna return serve into turns 3 and 4. A short slider, Lynch is over the cushion, hangs onto it, and loses 2 spots. Randall goes by, Snyder goes by, now here comes Polkerbeck as well. Cy Lynch with a big mistake there. You could tell if you just barely get out of the groove here, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Big grip difference here as far as having your right rear in the slick versus in the moisture, and we saw that there. Problems for Gage Polkerbeck as well.
Yeah, Polkerbeck pulls into the infield. His heat race will come to an end as Kerry Madsen comes across the line. This time by, he's going to have 3 laps to go. Tyler Courtney trying to maintain the pace of that Tony and Jen Vermeer number 55 car. Tyler Courtney desperately needs a rebound after a 25th place result here on Thursday night. A 2nd place run in this heat race would start him well inside the top 10 for the feature later on. Cushion about 3 lanes up off the bottom as Kerry Madsen's coming around to the white flag this time. 1 lap to go for the TK Concrete 55, and Courtney is certainly closing the gap on him. Kerry Madsen needs to hang on for 2 more corners. Tyler Courtney, does he try and make something happen down low in 3 and 4? The answer is no, and that will seal the deal for Kerry Madsen. He'll win BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Tyler Courtney 2nd, 3rd will be Aaron Reitzel, 4th to Chase Randall, and 5th is the 87X of Steven Snyder Jr. Here are your results from our final heat race of the evening. It is Kerry Madsen with the win, and he will go to the dash. Tyler Courtney 2nd, Aaron Reitzel in 3rd. He is also going to tonight's dash. Chase Randall 4th, Steven Snyder Jr. 5th, and Cy Lynch in 6th. Christopher Townsend and Gage Polkerbeck round out the field in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Sunshine, Tyler Courtney stops down there on the front straightaway. Got very close to Kerry Madsen, but Carson came up just a little bit short of a heat race win.
Yeah, Tyler Courtney, we're not going to talk about the first night here, but this thing looked pretty sporty. Do you think you got something you could contend with and something a little bit better tonight?
I hope they can get the racetrack back. I think started taking rubber there on the entry at both corners there. So I know they got great track guys here, so I have no doubt really. But yeah, I just got to qualify better. We've struggled with it all year. Stan brought us a new motor down for tonight after we hurt one the other night, and it's definitely going the right direction. Just got to keep improving to put ourselves up front to battle with these guys. So, but other than that, yeah, our Nostra Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Ellis Trailer's car was really good right there, and yeah, got to try to do what you've been doing the last few weeks.
Well, I appreciate race fans. That's Tyler Courtney in the end of your high limit, heat races. So, back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, Carson. We're going to go to break here on Flow, but before we do, I want to say thank you to our partner at Eclipse Claims, eclipsing insurance tactics and protecting your payout, an official partner of Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Next on the program, 6 drivers going to spin the Roulette redraw wheel when we come back here on Flow.
Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
The new Dirt Draft app, faster, sharper, built to win. New lock windows and predictive contests. More ways to play, more ways to win. Lock in your drivers, watch the action, and become a fantasy champion. Every lap, every restart, every last lap slide job that moves you up the leaderboard. The green flag just dropped on the all-new Dirt Draft. Download it now at dirtdraft.com. Draft your team and get
BR Motorsports. Built for champions, feared by the competition. For over 30 years, the fastest racers on America's dirt tracks have trusted one name to keep them unbeatable. BR Motorsports. When you're chasing victory, you don't have time for excuses. You need same-day shipping, real tech support, and a crew that actually knows racing. Champions don't gamble. Champions choose. BR Motorsports.
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Mom! It's gonna be a long drive.
Hi!
What?
Too much chaos in the cabin? I got you covered.
What is that?
A one-way ticket to the fast lane.
Did someone say fast lane?
You're wonderful.
Actually, I'm Mr. Dependable. And like interstate batteries, I'm outrageously dependable. Take it right here.
Sorry, I only turned left.
When disaster strikes your home or business, dealing with the insurance can feel
powered by Relodyne Finale, and we are ready to spin the ShopTannerHolmes.com Roulette redraw wheel. And I almost said let's send it down to Tony Laporta, but then I remembered Tony's not here, so let's go down to Carson Hocevar, who will be conducting the redraw wheel tonight.
Thank you, Chase Rodman. Well, we're going to introduce P1 on the roulette wheel, Brett Marks. Brett Marks, come on up. Race fans, give him a hand. Brett Marks, you guys race a lot in the interstate high-limit racing, especially in sprint cars, a lot more than we do on Sundays. What did you do while you were out in Texas last night?
Well, we had a rough night on Thursday, so we spent most of the day and evening last night fixing her up, but I didn't have as much fun as you did last night. So, no, I mean, that's pretty much all we did, and would have liked to do some other things, but unfortunately it just didn't work out that way for us.
Well, perfect. Well, maybe you can make your night a little bit better. Go ahead and spin that wheel. Gonna be 17. Brett, you happy with 17? He's giving me halfway okay. Well, race fans, come on up. Allow me to introduce Corey Day. Give him a hand. Corey, no stranger to the sprint cars, obviously pretty good. Same to you. You were obviously practicing qualify, but what'd you do last night?
Just hung out. We went to the stockyards with Kyle actually and ate some good food, and my girlfriend and Caitlin went and shopped. So got to spectate on that a little bit, but yeah, just hung out. Always try and keep it a little low key before a race the next day.
Well, awesome. Go ahead and spin the wheel and see if you can get better than 17. Seven. Right now, Corey Day first. Well, Kerry Madsen, come on up. Race fans, give him a hand. I'm going to say that every time. Kerry Madsen, same to you. A lot of sprint car racing you do, but what'd you do last night?
Last night, the guys went to the stockyards, and I was actually a good boy and stayed home at the motel. So unusual, but I felt a lot better for it this morning.
Well, perfect. Well, you knew I maybe was answering that or asked you this question. Go ahead and spin the wheel. '26. We're going to end up third there. Let's see who's next, actually. Kyle, you're on up. Race fans, I know you're going to get loud. Kyle Larson. All right, Kyle. So you practiced and qualified the O'Reilly car, but what'd you do last night? I mean, Corey kind of just gave it away, but go ahead.
What did we do last night? We went to the stockyards and got dinner at Cattleman's. It was really good, so I highly recommend it. It was great. So yeah, we got a good steak.
Perfect. Well, go ahead and spin the wheel. We'll see how you start. Going to end up at 35. Going to end up fourth there for Kyle Larson, which for my entertainment value, I'm all for that. Now, I know this one's a crowd favorite. Rico Abreu, give him a round. Hey, you, buddy. No, thank you. Appreciate it. Rico, same to you. What'd you do last night?
We went down to the stockyards with some friends. I left Gus with my crew chief, Ricky Warner, so we had to get back pretty quickly, but Gus was just hanging out with Ricky. Went to Cooper's, and then we were going to swing by Billy Bob's, but it was getting a little late, and I'm an old guy now and get tired early.
Well, Rico, best of luck here on the wheel. We'll see where you end up. Rico, 34 as well, fourth. Now, the tiebreaker, I believe, will go to the fastest qualifier. Oh, no tiebreaker? Okay. Well, I don't know anything about this anymore, but Aaron Reitzel, no stranger to victory lane down here with High Limit. How are you? Pleasure. Same to you. A lot of sprint car racing. What did you do on your night off?
Oh, let's see. Got up that morning and went and played golf right here across the street. Had a few beers and called it a night. It was I guess I did do maintenance, so I did a little bit of work.
There you go. Well, best of luck here on this wheel. Oh, looks good. Aaron Reitzel with the 0. The shop, TannerHomes.com roulette wheel pays for Aaron Reitzel. Going to be on the pole for the dash. Corey Day going to end up second. Brent Marks third. Kerry Madsen fourth. Rico Abreu fifth. And most excited part about me tonight is watching Kyle Larson come from the 6th spot, hopefully in the dash, back up to you guys in the booth here.
All right, Carson, thank you very much. Carson, he definitely remembered what that order. There's no way anybody was talking to him in his ear right there. He knew the order of the redraw.
Yeah, he definitely
for sure.
knew the order. Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
no doubt about it. Great job down there, Carson. And we know who is going to start where now in the FK Rod-Ins Dash. We will run that dash after this quick break here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. We'll have more action for you on FloRacing right after this.
Hi, this is Kerry Madsen. You're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Established in 1983, FK Rod-Ins has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodins.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod-Ins. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Hi!
What are you doing?
Revving up this road trip.
Did someone say road trip?
I'm Mr. Dependable, and like Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
University of Northwestern Ohio. Racing isn't just a class, it's a lifestyle.
Every single day, I go to class and we're thinking about racing. And on the weekends, it's about racing. Literally, my entire life is racing now, and I just love it.
At UNOH, your classroom is a garage. Your homework, horsepower. And your network, the racetrack.
Making the connections with all those people is huge. That's how you get somewhere in racing, and UNOH definitely helps you with that.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
Dash cars making their way onto the racetrack now. We want to remind you, coming up here very soon, if you like what you're seeing tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track, you can watch live on Fox Sports 1 May 19th at the Grandview Speedway in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. Let's get into the Dash lineup presented by FK Rod-Ends. Here is the lineup on the pole. This one out of Clute, Texas, driving the Falcons Brothers Trucking Power Plus. Brian Paper Motorsports STC Monty Farms number 87. That is Aaron Reitzel. And his outside from Clovis, California. In the Trex Decking, Weyerhaeuser. Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Wires Constructors number 14. That is Corey Day. Your third starter from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, driving the Warrior Buildings, McGrewBid.com, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, Fenton Marks Racing Development number 19. It's Brent Marks. And his outside from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, in the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55, Kerry Madsen. Your fifth starter, defending series champion is St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart, Kerr Bagaginian Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, Waste Connections, Mike's Pool Carrot, number 24, Rico Abreu, and the final starter from Elk Grove, California, the all-ball year alternative, HendrickCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Falcons Brothers Trucking, FloRacing, number 57, of Young Money, Kyle Larson. How did these drivers get to the Dash? We're about to tell you about it right here. You'll see the 6 cars in the Dash. Kyle Larson, due to him winning on Thursday night, he did not have to qualify. He ran second in the heat race, made his way to this Dash. Brent Marks qualified very well tonight. 4th, won the heat race. He's in the Dash. Aaron Reitzel, he was on the podium on Thursday night. All he had to do was finish top 6 in the heat race. He goes to the Dash. Corey Day, good qualifying effort. He won his heat race from the front row. Rico Abreu, same story as Reitzel and Larson. He was 3rd on Thursday night, and then Kerry Madsen, 6th in qualifying. He won his heat race. He is now in the Dash. Well, we have an unexpected special guest up here in the booth now, another of the NASCAR Cup Series drivers, Noah Gragson. Noah.
Yo, what up?
How's it going tonight?
Well, it's going good. We're here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway, getting a little taste of some dirt racing. So, saw my boy Rico Abreu down in the pits earlier, Kyle Larson. I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good night. Great crowd on hand as well. And we got cars about to get into their side-by-side formation behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. How much experience do you have with sprint car racing, if any?
Not a lot, but I got my buddy Chase Briscoe up here. He's actually an owner of a sprint car, and I want to drive, so I don't know if he's going to let me drive it one day, but no, it's super fun. I've been to the Chili Bowl. I've been to a World Outlaws race. I know that's kind of a bad word out here this weekend with the High Limit Series. However, I did go to a World Outlaw race back in Las Vegas in 2014, but I'm so very excited to be here right now watching these guys go ham on it. So I'm rooting for my boy Rico Abreu here in this race. I'm excited for it.
Go ham on it. Okay, that's one.
Go ham on it.
We have not heard that before on a FloRacing broadcast, so that is a first here from Noah Gragson, who will be with us for this Dash. We'll switch things. If we had 3 mics, we'd have Chase Briscoe on as well at the same time, but as of now, it is me, Chase Rodman, alongside Noah Gragson. We also got, of course, Carson Hocevar down there in the infield doing his thing, but doing a great job all night filling in for Tony Laporta. The FK Rod-Ends Dash, looks like these drivers are going to get a lap or 2 to get the racetrack in the right spot. They did do a little bit of work to it on the top side during that break. You heard Tyler Cordy in his heat race interview mention that could be a little bit of rubber on the entrance to turn 1 and the entrance to turn number 3. And so the track officials went to work trying to fix that issue. And now the driver's going to make their way around and get themselves prepared here for this one. Hey, who's your pick to win tonight, Noah?
Well, that's the interesting thing. I was talking to Chase Briscoe before this race. We've been talking all week. We thought it was going to be a waxing crescent moon phase. We thought the track was going to be gripped up, but it seems like it doesn't have as much grip as usual here in Texas. So we saw it in the NASCAR race today. Those guys were all over the place. I imagine they're going to be all over the place today because it is a waning gibbous moon phase. So we'll see how it goes. Larson is, I race on him against him on Sundays, but I also am a big fan of Tony Stewart Racing, Tony Stewart and Rico Abreu, so I got my money on Rico Abreu here.
All right, well, Rico going to start from the 5th spot here in this one as we're coming to the green this time by. That is Aaron Reitzel up there on the front row next to Corey Day, and we're going to go for 7 laps here in this FK Rod-Ends Dash. Green flag at that chalk stripe in turn number 4. That is the UNOH starting zone. Off of turn number 4, we are green. We need to do that for the feature event as we are off and running here in this FK Rodden's Dash. It's Aaron Reitzel out with the lead. Back behind the race for that second spot. Brent Marks side by side here with Kerry Madsen, Noah.
Yeah, Kerry Madsen throwing that slider, I think. I'm watching Kyle Larson. He's ripping around in the back right now with my boy Rico, but it looks like Aaron, he's checked out, running that top lane. If I were to drive one of these sprint cars, I'd have that right rear right up against that cushion, baby, on the gas.
Well, that's what they are doing right now, that's for sure. Reitzel pulling away. Good race for that second spot as Madsen nearly got by the 19 of Brent Marks for that second position. Where they finish this race is where they will start in the main event, of course, and Reitzel is pulling out to a large advantage over that yellow and black 19 of Marks. Corey Day, first car to work out a line here. Usually we see him on the top. No, he's trying to run the bottom here now.
Well, that's the thing. It looks like the dominant lane right now is right up against the top, so I like running the top. Larson, I don't know what he's doing. The greatest all times in the back, running the bottom back there. It's not looking like it's working out. But like you said, Aaron Reitzel, he's got him licked. He's got him thrown up on the dash right now, hammered down on the gas, driving away.
He really is. Almost a straightaway advantage now over Brent Marks. Both those drivers at the front of the field have visited victory lane here multiple times at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. And here comes your boy Rico closing in on Corey Day, racing for that fourth position.
That's right. They're coming back to the white flag here, so kind of uneventful, low-key here in this race, but it's going to be one heck of a race out there. How important is that pill draw when they're spinning that wheel? That's super important.
It's very important. Reitzel spun the 0. He's now up front here in this dash, and he's going to be on the pole as long as he makes it 2 more corners here in turns 3 and 4. Aaron Reitzel is going to be on the pole of tonight's main event. Brent Marks is going to start next to him. He runs second. Kerry Madsen third. Corey Day fourth. Rico Abreu fifth. And Kyle Larson ends up in sixth.
What a show. Hell yeah, that was baller.
There you go. Reitzel gets the win. Marks, Madsen, Day, Abreu, and Larson rounding out the field in the FK Rodden's Dash.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the headset back to my buddy Chase Briscoe here because he knows these guys a little bit better. Oh, dang, they're going through the tunnel down there?
Oh, they are.
Pretty cool. What a track. Well, thanks for having me on, and go Rico Abreu.
There we go. Rico going to roll off in the fourth spot for this upcoming race. That was Noah Gregson. We'll turn it back over to Chase Briscoe here as we get ready for the Winter's Performance B main event. Let's take a look at the lineup in this one. A wild front row here for this one, especially considering the pole sitter is the current series point leader with the series. It's Tanner Thorson on the front row. Next to him is going to be Reese Moran in the 45X. Row number 2 is going to be Matt Covington out of Glenpool, Oklahoma in 95. And outside of him from Tarkington, Texas, the 71 of Christopher Townsend. Fifth starter is going to be Eric Baldacini. He is from Spring, Texas. And starting outside of him from Crandall, the number 4 of Austin Mundy. Your 7th starter is going to be Gage Polkerbeck from East Grand Forks, Minnesota in the G5. And Ryan Paget going to round out the field. He's from Anadarko, Oklahoma in the 98P. Well, Briscoe, you got to watch that one from the sidelines there. Track, as we saw there, was still pretty dominant around the top of the racetrack, but I think one thing they're maybe banking on here is moving those tractor tires in for the feature later on potentially.
Yeah, that'll definitely change a lot. You can see there's a lot of moisture down there at the very bottom, right where the tractor tires are. So if they move those in, that'll give the bottom a little more life for this feature event. Definitely kind of a one lane just right around the top right now. It's just so fast. You can see kind of right where those tires are, where your right rear tire would be in that slick to black shiny part of the racetrack, so just a lot less grip there. So that's why you see the guys putting their right rear tire right up there on the cushion, and just a lot of speed to be made up there right now.
This Winter's Performance B main will be 8 laps in distance for 8 cars, and the top 6 will move into the feature event. The other 2 drivers that do not finish top 6, they will be done for the night. And Briscoe, how many times have you been in a situation like Tanner Thorson is right now? You're trying to make a bad night the best you possibly can. Got into that wreck in that heat race, of course, has relegated him to the B, but we've seen over the past couple of years, I mean, he is one of the best guys when it comes to passing cars in the feature, consistently one of the hard chargers.
Yeah, Tanner has always been just a phenomenal race car driver, first and foremost, but always good at navigating throughout the field and traffic. So, yeah, as unfortunate as it was there to get caught up in the heat race, I know he would much rather start towards the front of this feature event, but this is also a great test session for him in that 88 team, where you can just kind of go out there, that unless something just absolutely crazy happens, you're going to make it out of this race. So you can kind of try something on your car, see if it works, and try to apply that for the feature.
We'll see if that is the case for Thorson. A lineup next to Reese Moran, who also had a problem in his heat race race earlier on. As we come to the green, the chalk stripe, the UNOH start zone, we are underway. And it will be Thorson jumping out with the lead, but Reese Moran, he's not wasting any time. He'll take the lead away from Tanner Thorson in turn 2. Thorson crosses him back up, takes the position back away, and here comes Christopher Townsend. He'll see an opening down low. Slider for second. Moran trying to drive around it. He spins around in turn number 4. The caution comes out. Christopher Townsend and Reese Moran, close quarters action there, and it sends the Rainbow Nut Butter 45X car around. As there is Townsend on your screen, made his high limit debut here on Thursday. And here's a look at the replay, Chase. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, just throwing a slider here. Reese Moran, right here, thinks you're going to drive around. It just gets to that hard spot where you could see him check up, get on the brakes, but at that point, you're kind of already committed to driving around it. Just put yourself, truthfully, in kind of a bad spot. So, yeah, just got up above the cushion, kind of what we've seen other guys do in the heat race, where it just kind of spins you around. So he'll have to, refire off here, start in the back, and just kind of a bad night goes to worse, right? You make a mistake in the heat race, now you find yourself in the B main, start on the front row of the B, and now you're starting dead last and have to pass a couple cars to get into the show.
How hard of a decision is that when you're in that position, getting slid by somebody else? Do I drive around them? Do I tap the brake and try and turn it back underneath of them? Obviously, you got to make that decision very quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those split-second decisions, and it kind of depends on the scenario, right? The situation, and you never know. Sometimes some guys will kind of stop right at the last minute, let you drive around them. Other guys take it all the way. So, yeah, it's really, really challenging, and you see it, obviously, when it goes wrong. It's always really big. You climb a right rear, go flipping, whatever it may be, and it's always the tough part about dirt racing when you're getting slid. Just if you drive around it, cross them over, whatever you do, but it's certainly one of those split-second decisions.
Now Moran's going to have to start back in the 8th spot. Got to get by 2 cars if he wants to advance into tonight's main event. Tanner Thorson now going to line up next to Matt Covington outside of that front row as we'll come to the green this time. Did not get a lap completed there, as it looked like Moran was about 100 yards short of the start-finish line to get that lap completed. UNOH start zone, and we'll try it again here in the B main. Thorson drives away from the field into turn 1. Townsend underneath of the 95 of Matt Covington. Couldn't make that pass for a second. Now Townsend's into the wall in the back straightaway. Reese Moran driving through highway traffic there. Gets by 2 cars down the backstretch, including Gage Polkerbeck and Eric Baldacini. Polkerbeck back to the inside. Gets right back by the 45X of Moran into turn number 1. Christopher Townsend and Austin Mundy also having a spirited battle up there for the 3rd position. Austin Mundy underneath of Townsend. A slider for that 3rd spot. Give it to the number 4 car down the front straightaway. Austin Mundy into 3rd. Dispatches of the 71 of Christopher Townsend, and Townsend's going to lose touch with that number 4 machine down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Reese Moran here. He's in trouble, Chase. He's just lost a spot to Eric Baldacini.
Yeah, we have an awesome battle there for the final transfer into this race. Obviously taking the top 6, so one of these guys is going to go home after Ryan Padgett pulls off. Great side-by-side racing right now.
Eric Baldacini down on the very bottom, keeping that car nice and straight. He gets good drive off the bottom in turn number 2. Gets back by Reese Moran. The battle for the final transfer spot is a good one. Here comes Moran on the outside. Who's going to have it at the line? Very close, but Moran had it according to timing and scoring. 4 laps to go, and Eric Baldacini is paying the tire bill down on the bottom right now, Chase.
Yeah, just doing an amazing job of being patient, making sure he hits the moisture, and when he hits it right, you'll see it pay off. Kind of miss it there off turn 4. Reese Moran will drive back around him, see if he can regroup here in 1 and 2.
Moran still had the position at the start-finish line. Now Baldacini edges ahead off of turn number 2. Reese Moran trying everything he can to get back around on the outside. Meanwhile, your race leader, Tanner Thorson, a big lead. Oh, Baldacini's got a problem. He's got a problem in turn number 4, and the caution comes out. And it looks like the right front, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It looked like, the right front tire kind of went down. It just kind of went straight and didn't turn. Not maybe lost power steering or something. I'm not quite sure really what happened there, but definitely an unfortunate break. Had a great battle there for the final transfer.
Hey, here's a look at the replay, and then we'll head down to Carson Hocevar, see if he has any more details for us, as Baldacini and Moran going to the court, and his car just doesn't turn.
Yeah, that's odd. Oh, right there.
Oh, there it is.
When both front tires are turning different directions, never good.
The right front was, I was going to say, guys, the right front was still up, but I was noticing, I don't know a lot about these cars at all on the technical side, but I did notice that the right front was moving a lot, and it wasn't turning, but the left front still had a lot, and you saw that the toe was way out of it, compared to what he was turning. That right front went dead straight.
Well, that's tough to see for Eric Baldacini, as he showed up here 1 year ago in October for the All-In Championship finale. I had actually never, I have a pretty good grasp on 410 sprint car racing. I had never heard of Eric Baldacini. I looked up some stats on him. It was his first 410 starts in 6 years when he showed up here 1 year ago back in October. And I looked up some more stats. He's got 6 or 7 wins in some lower divisions of the ASCS Tour in the 360s. Just hasn't raced very much over the last 10 or so years. Used to ran the Knoxville Nationals a couple of times as well. And now Baldacini is done for the night. UNOH start zone is back to green. We've got 2 laps to go here in this winner's performance B main event. Gage Polkerback going down low, trying to put a move on Austin Mundy. It comes up short. He's going to slot into that 4th position, and they are going to come to the white flag this time by 1 to go for Tanner Thorson, as Polkerback makes the pass just about on Austin Mundy, and he's going to try and complete that pass into turn number 1. Polkerback in the G5, down low, gets by Mundy. He might be able to get by Matt Covington here in the final corner, as Tanner Thorson will get the B-main win. 2nd will go to Covington. 3rd will be Polkerback, followed by Mundy, Moran, and Townsend. So those 6 drivers will head back to the pit area and prepare themselves for feature action here at the Dryden Stockyard Stampede, powered by Relodyne. That is the next thing on the docket. We got 1 more race left to run. To our viewers watching on FloRacing 24/7, thanks for tuning in. For even more racing action, stream FloRacing anytime in the Flo Sports app. Cars heading through the tunnel back to the pit area. When we come back from this break here on FloRacing, it is feature time at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. getting closer and closer to feature time here on the finale of the Dryden Stockyard Stampede powered by Relodyne. Chase Rodman, Chase Briscoe, and Carson Hocevar all along with you here on this FloRacing and Amazon Prime Video stream. It's now time for the Durst Dice Roll, and so we'll throw another curveball at Carson Hocevar. We'll see how he handles this. Carson, take it away down in Victory Lane.
Thank you, Chase. Well, race fans, this is one of the coolest opportunities that High Limit presents. It's the Durst Dice Roll. So how this will work, Amanda from Big Bend National Park is here, a winner from just purchasing a ticket online pre-event, that one of the race fans has an opportunity to go home with some money along with an extra driver thanks to the friends at Durst. So she'll go ahead and roll a dice, not just yet, but she'll roll a dice. It'll signify where in the starting order that driver will be eligible. They'll split $5,000 if that driver goes on to win. So super important that this dice roll ends on a high limit roller that could go to the front. Amanda, go ahead. Just go ahead. A 2 over here and a 6, which I believe is Kyle Larson. So that's a really good roll for you. Are you a Kyle Larson fan?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, you're about to be even a bigger fan if he could go 6 to first and get you $2,500 thanks to the friends at Durst, as well as Kyle Larson potentially taking home more high limit money. Chase, back to you up there.
All right, thank you, Carson. Great job down there with the Durst Dice Roll. And Briscoe, I'd be feeling pretty good if I was the dice roller tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one to get. He asked her if she was a Kyle Larson fan, and she certainly is tonight, no matter what the case is. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one to watch. See if he can get that extra money, and her as well.
We can see a little track work going on here, Chase. And down in turn 3, they got the tractor out there. They're tilling up the surface a little bit. We heard some drivers mentioning the potential of a little bit of rubber down on the entrance of the corner. As a driver, and of course, I mean, you're not a crew chief, of course, but as a driver, when they got all this type of track work going on, how hard is that to come out here for the feature and just be on kill when you get on the track when they did all this work?
Yeah, it's always tough. I mean, obviously the crew chief side, it's really hard just trying to figure out what your car's going to need for the start of the race versus the end of the race as the race progresses. But certainly as a driver, you're watching right now, you see a lot of the drivers normally up along the fence when they're doing track prep, and that's just trying to understand what lanes are going to be good, where the moisture is going to be. So this track will go through a ton of phases throughout this feature tonight, especially with them doing the track work. You obviously saw the water truck go out there, spray some water, so that those grooves are going to be really good those first couple laps. After that kind of water, the slime gets off the top, that groove will be really good, and then that water, that moisture will kind of burn off. The track will start getting slicker and slicker there. So that's, as a driver, when you start searching around the racetrack, you can see the grader over there getting into turn 3 right now. So that's going to change a lot throughout the course of this feature. So yeah, that's the hard part, but also the fun part, I think, to me about dirt racing is you could run the same racetrack every single weekend on pavement, and you kind of know what it's going to be, right? Where you're a dirt track, you can go to the same track every week throughout the year, and you're going to race on a different track surface every single weekend. And certainly tonight, where we're going to see it go through a lot of phases throughout this feature.
One of my favorite things is when we see the time lapses of some dirt tracks going just from hot laps to the end of the feature and seeing a time lapse of the whole event. It is unbelievable how much a dirt track can actually change throughout the night. And the guys that know how to prep it correctly can make it to where there's certainly 2 lanes, and sometimes at places like Knoxville, you can get the middle rolling.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, track prep is what it all comes down to in dirt racing. The guys that are on the water truck, on the tractor, on the grader, skid steer, whatever it may be, they're really the ones that kind of determine what kind of racetrack you get and what kind of racing that normally produces. So, yeah, it's extremely important. They've done, obviously, an incredible job. It's been a little bit challenging this week, I think, with all the rain in the forecast that ended up not coming, so they're kind of trying to play catch up. But, yeah, it's extremely important in dirt racing. That track prep is really the difference maker in a good race and a great race. So, hopefully tonight we'll get one of those great races. It's been pretty racy, I feel like, in the heat races. It's at least been wide. I feel like this is the highest I've seen it up towards the wall here at Texas Motor Speedway. So, yeah, looking forward to tonight. I think with the water truck going out there kind of spraying the bottom, that'll help it the first couple laps. And, yeah, it's pretty crazy when you think about, just tonight, right? There's only 26 cars here and how much the track has changed from lap 1 of the day.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. They're going to work on turn 1 here. It looks like they're just going to maybe focus on the entrances to the corner. But, these track prep guys, they've got so many tools at their disposal. They got the water track, of course. They've got the tiller out there right now. But one thing we mentioned earlier is they have the ability to move those tractor tires on the bottom. They were out a little bit farther. I didn't notice it because we were in commercial break and I was doing something else here. But they have moved those tires in. It looks like maybe a half a car length, which may not sound like a a lot, but look how much more brown dirt is down there on the bottom where these guys can really get a lot of grip down there.
Yeah, it's a ton. And when you're a race car driver, especially running these sprint cars, and you have to slow down and hit the bottom, a lot of the time you can sometimes only get your left rear tire down in that moisture, in that dirt, where now with them moving the tires in, at least early in this race, you're going to be able to get almost your whole car down there. Now, as the race progresses, you're going to see guys start slowing down, and when you see them kind of slow down in the corner to hit the bottom, that's because they're trying to keep, the left side tires down there as much as they can, and you're seeing them. It looks really slow through the corner sometimes, but down the straightaway, they get their car, all the way down in the moisture, and that's where it really pays off down the straightaway.
Yeah, we saw that in that B main with Eric Baldacini. He was making some hay down low, and it was really apparent down the straightaways when he came off the bottom of the corner. And so we'll see if that comes into play later on in this main event. A little bit of more work to do on the top side in turn number 1. And once that is completed, we will be sounding the horn, and drivers will get prepared and get their cars out here on the track for tonight's A main event. 30 laps, 24 cars, and $15,000 to win. That starting lineup after this break on Flow. And we are here at the Texas Motor Speedway. It's the finale of the Dryden Stockyard Stampede powered by Relodyne. The 8-minute horn has been sounded, meaning that the teams and drivers have 8 minutes to present their cars on the track for tonight's main event. Let's now look over tonight's 24 car starting lineup. Starting outside of row number 12, the 24th position in tonight's main event. He is from Tarkington, Texas. It's the Fastway Auto Rehab, Turbine Specialty Services, Keene Industrial, number 71 of Christopher Townsend. And starting in 23rd this evening out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Missy Dollar Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X, Reese Moran. The 22nd starter in tonight's A-Main from Crandall, Texas, in the Classic Starter and Alternator, Precision Retro Graphics, Smiley's Race Products, number 4, Austin Mundy. And his inside out of East Grand Forks, Minnesota, in the Proceed, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, Phil Thompson and Associates, number G5, Gage Polkerbeck. Row number 10 on the outside, your 20th starter is from Glenpool, Oklahoma, and the Nice Equipment, Reese Construction, D&W Towing, Missile Motorsports, number 95, Matt Covington. And starting in the 19th position, he is the current series point leader from Minden, Nevada, in the JST Motorsports, Mid Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, Messina Valley Transportation, number 88, Tanner Thorson. Row number 9 to the outside, starting in the 18th spot from Apollo, Pennsylvania, in the Mositis Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, MAV Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. To his left, from Fresno, California, in the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, number 77, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Row number 8 to the outside, the 6-time ASCS National Champion out of Sunnyvale, Texas, in the Town Line Variety, Prime Powders, High Performance Lubricants, Kaiser Wheels, number 15H, Sam Haferteep Jr. And starting from the 15th spot, out of Rising Sun, Maryland, in the Freeway Insurance, PristineAuction.com, Spire Motorsports, NOS Energy Drink, number 87X, Steven Snyder Jr. Rolling off from 14th outside of row number 7 from Northport, Florida, in the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps, number 24D, Danny Sams III. And rolling off in the 13th position from Jacksonville, Oregon, the Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13, it's Tanner Holmes. And starting from 12th, from Waco, Texas, in the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wings, Smith Titanium, number 9R, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. Starting from 11th, the Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contender from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Burger Pair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17 GP, it's Hammerin' Hank Davis. Starting inside the top 10 positions here tonight, outside of row number 5, from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, in the Casey Kane Racing, Mike Curb, Napa, Brumos Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation, number 9, it's Dason Pursley. And rolling off in the 9th spot, from Monrovia, Indiana, behind the wheel, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino, number 26, it's Justin Peck. Rolling off in the 8th position, from Indianapolis, Indiana, in the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, LA's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge, number 7 BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And starting from the 7th position, from Lubbock, Texas, in the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RV Ranch, number 5, Brenham Crouch. Row number 3 to the outside. He's already a 2-time winner on the weekend. And the Dirt Dice rolling driver here tonight from Elk Grove, California. The all-by-your alternative, HenryCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Focus Brothers Trucking, FloRacing, number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. And rolling off in the 5th position, he is the defending series champion. From St. Helena, California, in the Tony Stewart, Kerr Baggage Union Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, Waste Connections, Bikes Pool Care, number 24, Rico Abreu. Starting in the 2nd row outside, out of Clovis, California, in the Trex Decking, Weyerhaeuser, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Myers Constructors, number 14, Payday, Corey Day. To his inside, rolling off in 3rd, from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia. Behind the wheel, the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. And rolling off in the 2nd position here tonight from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, in the Warrior Buildings, McGrewBid.com, Babs Paint Livewire Customs, Fenton Marks Racing Development, number 19, it's Brent Marks. And the pole sitter, he hails from the great state of Texas. On the pole, the driver from Clute. It's the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Bryant Paper Motorsports, STC Monty Farms, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. That is the starting order for tonight's 30-lap main event with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. Chase Briscoe alongside. It's been a tough night for Giovanni Selzy. Brisky, before you got here, they had an engine change during hot laps, could not make it out for qualifying. They had to go back to the trailer, change out engines, didn't run qualifying, had to transfer through the heat race. They ran 6th there, and now Gio, the only driver who's ran top 10 in every single race this year, has to come from pretty far back in the field to make that streak continue on.
Yeah, definitely has his work cut out for him, and it started right away there in hot laps. Always a tough way to start your night whenever you don't get it qualified. It sets you behind the whole night. He's going to be trying to come from behind here. Obviously, he's been really consistent this year. I think Gio would even tell you probably wants a little bit more speed to be able to contend for the wins, but has been extremely consistent, and that's what it takes. You have to be running up front year in or all year long to be able to be in contention for this points championship, and he certainly kept himself in just by being so consistent inside the top 10.
He's going to start 17th in this main event. Now, Carson Hocevar will turn our attention to you down in the infield as the sub-in pit reporter for tonight. You've been down there catching all the action. Is there any one driver who has caught your eye tonight that you think may have a good chance to win this thing?
Guys, I don't know if it's tough. I mean, it is just tough to pick one single guy. Star-studded, cream rises to the top. All 6 in that dash were super strong, but even on back, super strong. I was just waving at Hank Davis to get it up to the top. They're all good in this deal. What I'm just most excited, we've seen a great night of racing. We have the crowd absolutely full here at High Limit Racing. I'm super excited. I think Kyle Larson's obviously a pick being the high roller, but ultimately I just want to see how loud we can get the crowd. If everybody's excited for High Limit Sprint Car Racing, I want it as loud as you can get it.
Carson, we might have to keep you a little bit longer.
Well, it's that good, and they're just excited for sprint car racing. I had nothing to do with that. They're just excited for sprint car racing. I'm ready to go. Star-studded lineup, but if I had to pick one guy I'm going to keep my eye on, Tanner Thorson coming from the back.
Tanner Thorson is definitely a good guy to watch for here, Briscoe, as this could be major point implications here in this race. He's going to start from 19th position and comes into tonight with a 45-point lead over Reitzel and a 48-point lead over Rico. Both those guys start in the first 3 rows.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you they know that Tanner's starting back there, and they're going to try to capitalize on this. So Tanner definitely has his work cut out for him. He's going to have to come through the field. And how the racetrack's been tonight, it's not been the easiest track, right? It's really wide, but it's kind of been more one-lane dominant. So, yeah, Tanner has been notorious, though, for being one of the best guys getting through the field, and I don't think it'll be any different tonight. I think he's going to be able to get up there, but, yeah, I mean, the difference in, running 7th or 8th, right? If those guys run 1-2, he's still going to lose points. So, yeah, those guys are definitely going to try to maximize their night, starting up front, and like I said, they certainly know that Tanner's starting back there.
Depending on where Thorson runs, if Reitzel can win this race, he could very well be the points leader heading into Kokomo Speedway next week. As the cars begin to come to life, the feature is about to begin here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. drivers being instructed to burn in the racing surface a little bit here. Chase, we know that a lot of work was done to the track there. Water on the bottom, water on the top, tilling the top as well in the entrance to the corners. Want to make sure it's not slippery out there for these guys when they go into turn 1.
Yeah, for sure. So after they do a little bit of track prep, put the water on the racetrack, it can be a little bit slimy just on that top. So that's what they're doing right now. They're just kind of burning that top layer of all that off. And so the racetrack will be in perfect condition whenever the green flag goes.
They're going to do a little switcheroo here. The drivers that were on the bottom in that last little hot lap session, they went to the top. Drivers that were on the top, they now go to the bottom and work that part of the track in. Not something that we see too terribly often with Interstate Batteries high-level racing, but when we do track work right before the feature, it is certainly a necessity. Also, uncovering some of that dirt that was underneath the tires in both corners. Want to make sure that that is in good shape as well. And here comes the HendrickCars.com pace truck, which is carrying everyone's favorite mascot, the Sugar Bee from Sugar Bee Apples. Very happy bee. Never seen a bee that happy. Usually when I see bees, I run away. When I see the Sugar Bee, I get excited because that means it's got some apples for me to eat. They are the best apples.
The 6'7" with all the kids too. So yeah, he's fired up.
Oh, the bee, whoever, I mean, it's a real bee.
Yeah, it's a real bee. Yeah.
I don't want to say who's in it. It's because it's a real bee. But that person, or I mean, that bee is just super, super excited every time we see him. And so it looks like pace truck down in turn 3. And the rest of the field going to catch up. Get side by side behind the pace truck in proper starting position with Aaron Reitzel and Brent Marks showing the way. We talked about Brent Marks earlier. This could be a huge way to turn a season around.
Yeah, for sure. And this has been a great racetrack for Brent Marks. We've seen him win here, I think, 2 times on a national tour. Power Ride comes around. He's always up front. So, yeah, this has been a great racetrack for Brent Marks. And no surprise that he's up front here tonight. It's going to be fun to see, who can take over the control of the race here early with Aaron Reitzel and Brent Marks. Get that clean air. That's always important. And, it would not surprise me at all if we see Brent Marks in victory lane.
Yeah, those two have had some pretty good battles, specifically here at Texas in the past. Marks and Reitzel, including last night before Brent lost a drive shaft, which is ultimately took him out of the race and finished way down the order and got passed by a couple of guys in the point standings as well in the process. Looks like everybody's found their proper spot behind that HendrickCars.com pace truck. Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. Welcome to the High Limit Room. We've got 24 high rollers, but only one is hitting the ultimate jackpot here tonight. It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. And they will now catch back up to the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Aaron Reitzel, Brent Marks in row number 1. Kerry Madsen in row number 2 alongside Corey Day. Row number 3, Rico Abreu and Kyle Larson. Row 4, Brenham Crouch and Tyler Courtney. Row 5, Justin Peck and David Pursley. Row number 6, Hank Davis and Chase Randall. Tanner Holmes and Danny Sams in row 7. Steven Snyder Jr. and Sam Haverteep in row 8. Giovanni Selzy and Cy Lynch in row 9. Tanner Thorson, Matt Covington, Gage Polkerbeck, Austin Mundy, Reese Moran, and Christopher Townsend. Texas Motor Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Features rolling into turn 1, big move out of Corey Day, immediately goes to the lead. Brent Marks goes around, and we are piling them up in turn 2. Chase Randall involved.
Man, I've been on this side of the announcer's jinx now.
Yeah, you have. I picked Brent Marks for my Rodman risk yesterday, broke a rear end, and now you just jinxed him right there.
Him. I feel bad. I've been on the other end of it where I'm the one driving, but never been the announcer to jinx somebody.
It looked like that same situation we saw during the heat races, Chase, where the guy just gets over the cushion. We'll see a replay of it right here and see if exactly that was what the case was.
First off, great start by Corey Day. Shot the middle there. Obviously went to slide Aaron, had the lead. He's actually going to end up on the front row anyways. But yeah, Brent just kind of had a lift there. When you lift, you don't have the wheel spin anymore. The cushion kind of grabbed him, got him up above it, and turned him around like we've seen time and time again today.
Yeah, tough to see that for both him and Chase Randall. And race fans, we appreciate your support of the High Limit Racing drivers and standing up, but if you could please take your seat during green flag action so that those behind you could see the action equally, that would be much appreciated. Once again, we really do appreciate you jumping up and making some noise for these drivers, but if you could take your seat so that those behind you could see, that would be absolutely fantastic. So yellow on lap 1 there. We'll do a complete restart, and Corey Day did not want to see that caution, Chase.
Yeah, I thought he was going to move up, but I forgot they're going to crisscross here. So yeah, it kind of puts maybe Corey in a little worse spot there, being on the bottom. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, how his game plan changes, right? Thought he was going to be on the outside of row number 2. Now all of a sudden you're starting on the inside of row number 2, and moves Kerry Matson to the front row, which is a big break.
Now, Kerry had a really good run here one night ago, was inside the top 5. And looking to get his second win of the 2026 campaign with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Green flag at the UNOH restart zone, and we are back underway once again. Much better start this time for Reitzel to go down low and protects from Corey Day, who nearly clipped his back bumper. Day across the nose of Kerry Matson and moving to the second spot. Down the back straightaway, Corey Day making quick work of the Madman. Reitzel running the bottom early into this race. We'll see if it works out for him as Corey Day around the outside has a run on your race leader. Reitzel goes down low into turn 1. Corey Day, right rear is right up on the cushion. Gets a run on Reitzel down the backstretch looking for the race lead. Reitzel committed down low. Day up on the cushion in his happy place. Hops over the cushion there, and Reitzel's going to pull away just a little bit down the front straightaway. Now they swap lines. Here's a slider for the race lead. Corey Day takes it away in turn number 2. Corey Day to the race lead. Aaron Reitzel back to the inside. They go side by side down the backstretch into turn number 3. Now Corey Day gets on the brake, tries to turn it down the hill, but it looks like Reitzel will lead this time by. Aaron Reitzel maintains the race lead. Now he goes down low. Corey Day has to slide to the cushion. Glitz into the cushion in turn number 2. Trying to build momentum and catch back up to the number 87 car. Kerry Matson sits in the 3rd spot. Nice start in this one so far for Tyler Courtney. He sits in 4th, and Kyle Larson's inside the top 5 in the 57 car. Aaron Reitzel. It looks like he's searching the track a lot right now, Chase.
Yeah, for sure. You kind of don't know where to go, right? Early in this race, the racetrack's changing so much. You've had a little bit of pressure from Corey Day. You're trying to change what you're doing so you can kind of keep him on his toes. So this is always a hard part, especially before you get to lap traffic. Once you get to lap traffic, you can kind of judge based off the speed, where they're gaining, where you're losing on guys. But right now, yeah, Aaron's kind of sticking to the bottom, trying to pull away.
Reitzel doing a fantastic job and actually putting a little distance between himself and that number 14 of Corey Day. Now, Day goes down low. We have not seen this all night where many of the cars are down the bottom, but that is indeed the case. First car to break out of line is Rico Abreu, and he's coming after Kyle Larson for a top 5 position down the backstretch. Abreu sees an opening down low. Here's a slider on Kyle Larson in turns 3 and 4. Rico Abreu is down to the top 5. Larson tries to come back out on the outside into turn number 1. Dason Persley's there as well. He'll pull up next to Larson in the center of the corner, and he's going to drive by Larson down the back straightaway. Dason Persley now into 6th, getting by the 57. Reitzel now to the back of the field, closing in on Christopher Townsend back there along with Reese Moran, and they are in the line of your race leader. Reitzel goes up to the top in turns 3 and 4 on the exit, allowing Corey Day to run the bottom. Day trying to close back in. Now Reitzel going to try and go banana splitting through the middle. He'll get by 2 cars in one fell swoop there. Oh, now he clips a wall down the backstretch. Close call for him back there, Chase.
Yeah, super close call there, kind of trying to get through the lap traffic. This is where it gets really dicey. The racetrack's starting to change. We've seen all those guys kind of move to the bottom. The bottom's starting to go away, getting in lap traffic. Your car's not handling as good. Corey Day obviously trying to make a run here now at Reitzel.
Yeah, Corey Day's hoping that lap traffic plays a factor in this one and holds up Reitzel briefly. They're going to come by this time by 11 laps completed in this 30-lap main event. 19 to go for Aaron Reitzel. His lead that time by 1 second over the number 14 of Corey Day. They do have a lap car between themselves. The number 4 of Austin Mundy is on the bottom of the racetrack. Corey Day trying to circle around the outside and get by the Crandall, Texas native. He will do so down into turn number 1. No lap cars between Corey Day and Aaron Reitzel, and Kerry Matson really not that far away back in that 3rd position. Here comes Corey Day down the back straightaway. Reitzel trying to keep his car pinned down low in turn number 4. More traffic to contend with for your race leader. Reitzel goes to the top. Caution. Do not see any cars stopped. Potentially debris on the track. And we don't see anybody spun around at this point in time, but the yellow waves on lap number 13 of this 30-lap main event. We do see a High Limit Racing official making his way out to the track in turn 3. Looks like a wheel cover's come off.
You're going to want that, especially if you're running up there on the cushion. Big break, I think, right there for Reitzel. You never really know, especially with how your car is in traffic. But just being able to now kind of reset, take a breather, kind of move your wing if you need to now, and just have some clean air. It's always tough, especially in these wing sprint cars. Once you catch that lap traffic, your car's going to totally change. So yeah, it will be a big reset here. Guys will be able to kind of work on their stuff a little bit. You're under caution as a race car driver now. You're finally able to kind of lift your shield up. You're able to look around the racetrack, really try to figure out where that moisture is. The track has changed a lot. I mean, just the color of it, right? All that brown dirt that was on the bottom has now been thrown up in the middle to the top. So yeah, you're just finally able to kind of look, diagnose, and kind of get a game plan for going forward.
Aaron Reitzel with the race lead. And we're coming to the Chasm Choose Cone. Chasm Safety Products Choose Cone. And Reitzel's going to go to the bottom. Corey Day to the outside. Then everybody else going to follow in line behind. Looks like Kyle Larson actually going to follow Pursley to the top. And so Larson's going to try and take that top lane there on the restart. He's fallen back to what will be the 8th position for the restart. So it's Reitzel, Day, Madsen, Tyler Courtney from 8th to 3rd. Make that 8th to 4th, excuse me. Then Rico Abreu in 5th. Dason Pursley, Kyle Larson, Hank Davis, Justin Peck, and Brenham Crouch is in the 10th position. And we just found out that Crouch is the guy missing that right rear wheel cover. So we'll see if he probably has no idea, of course, but hopefully he doesn't run the top very much in this race.
Yeah, he'll know if he gets a big vibration pretty quickly.
UNOH restart zone coming up, and we are back to green with Aaron Reitzel at the head of the field. Good restart for Dason Pursley. Makes his way by the 24 of Rico Abreu. Around the outside comes Kerry Madsen. He's trying to put a bid in for that second spot, closing in on Corey Day down the back straightaway. Madsen going to be challenged down low by Sunshine. Tyler Courtney trying to get on the bottom step of the podium. Cannot do anything there. Look at Hank Davis make his way to the front. Davis gets by Larson, gets by Pursley as well. Hank Davis is up to the 6th position in the 17 GP. Hank Davis looking for 5 top 10s in a row as a Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contender. And he is doing some good work down the inside of the racetrack. Corey Day gives up on the bottom. He's running the top down there in 1 and 2. Car off the pace front straightaway at Steven Snyder Jr. Looks like the top might not be an option anymore in 3 and 4, Chase.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, we've seen Corey Day kind of searching around the racetrack, and just every time he goes up there in 3 and 4, losing a little bit of ground. 1 and 2, the top's have still been able to maintain. We see Kerry Madsen up there now, but yeah, right now it seems like the bottom is definitely the place to be in 3 and 4.
If anybody behind Reitzel is wanting a chance to win this thing, they're going to have to hope for lap traffic. The problem is we've only got 13 laps to go, and Reitzel's still not on the same straightaway as the back of the field. All Corey Day can do at this point in time is try and maintain the pace of the Ridge & Sons Racing number 87. We'll take a look at the lap times. This time by Reitzel's time, a 14.5. Meanwhile, Corey Day, a 14.6. So Reitzel pulling away by a 10th of a second that last time by. Kerry Madsen, little mistake down there in turn number 2. And Tyler Courtney's trying to close back in. Sunshine with a diamond maneuver in turns 3 and 4. Ran the top in turn 3, turns it down the hill, gets to the bottom of the exit of turn number 4, and closes in on Kerry Madsen for that 3rd position. Rico Abreu up on the top as here comes Reitzel to the back of the field. He's now 2 car lengths away from catching the 45X of Reese Moran. Reitzel gets up off the bottom in turns 1 and 2, leaves that preferred lane open for Corey Day. Reitzel to the outside, gets by Reese Moran down the back straightaway. Now a lap car between your 1st and 2nd place machines, as Reitzel now has more traffic with which to deal with. The 4 of Austin Mundy, the 95 of Matt Covington. Reitzel able to put that car anywhere on the track and make speed, getting by lap cars on the bottom and on the top. Corey Day still fighting with the 45X of Reese Moran. Gets by him there. May have closed in on Reitzel. Took 4/10 out of the lead that last time by. Corey Day nearly a half second faster than Aaron Reitzel the last time by the start-finish line. Gonna have 7 laps to go. Reitzel through the middle. Here comes Corey Day on the bottom. Closing in for the race lead up at the front of the field. Reitzel to the top. That might be a bad move here. Corey Day around the bottom. Trying to close back in. Reitzel gonna get by Matt Covington. Big move there from Reitzel. Reitzel a little buffer between himself and Corey Day. That could be the winning move, but Day looks like he's got a chance in this one, Chase.
Yeah, for sure. Corey's been making a big gain every time in 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 is where he just can't seem to quite stay close enough. This is going to be a huge break right here for Reitzel as Corey Day kind of gets stuck on the outside lap car. Actually makes a great move, gets down to the moisture, takes a huge chunk out of the lead of Reitzel.
5 laps to go. Reitzel goes to the bottom. Corey Day, right rear in the cushion. Might have a new leader off in turn number 2. Coming after Reitzel down the back straightaway. They are nearly side by by side entering turn number 3. Reitzel around the bottom. Corey Day turning it down the hill in turn number 4. Closing in on Aaron Reitzel for the race lead at the Dryden Stockyard Stampede presented by Relodyne. Off of turn number 2, Reitzel still trying to get by some of the slower cars. He'll get by Gage Polkerbeck into turn number 3. Polkerbeck up the racetrack. Day needs to try and get by him right here. He will do just that great move right there from Corey Day. Day stays right in the hunt in this one. That time by 3 laps to go. Reitzel around the bottom. Here comes Corey Day for the race lead. Side by side with the lap car. They try to go 3 wide. New leader in turn 3. Corey Day takes the top spot away. Aaron Reitzel back to the inside. 3 wide with a lap car. Reitzel back to the lead to cross the start-finish line. Reitzel around the bottom. And Corey Day's trying everything he can all over the racetrack. He is all over Aaron Reitzel down the backstretch. This time by they will come to the white flag. 1 lap to go at Texas. Reitzel goes to the bottom, leaves the preferred lane open for Corey Day. Around the bottom goes Reitzel, to the top goes Corey Day. Down the back straight for the final time at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Who is it gonna be off of turn number 4? Aaron Reitzel's gonna hang on for the win. Corey Day second. Third will be Kerry Madsen, Tyler Courtney, and Hank Davis in the top 5. Aaron Reitzel withstanding an all-out assault from Corey Day and gets his 3rd win of the 2026 season. With Interstate Batteries, Highlander Racing, Corey Day 2nd, Kerry Madsen 3rd, Tyler Courtney 4th, Hank Davis 5th, Rico Abreu, Kyle Larson, Brenham Crouch, Giovanni Salzi, and Tanner Thorson. Hard charges from 19th to 10th. Justin Peck, Brent Marks, Dason Pursley, Danny Sams, Sam Haferty, Chase Randall, Cy Lynch, Gage Polkerbeck, Tanner Holmes, and Matt Covington. Aaron Reitzel needs to go across the Longacre official scales to meet the minimum weight requirement of 1,425 pounds with the driver in the car. And once he does that, he will be ready to head to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Looks like he may have missed the scale pad just a little bit there, and they're trying to get him straight on there. Kenny Kennedy, the tech director with the series in that red fire suit there. They now got him squared up on those scale pads.
Got a little cattywampus going on.
It did, just a little bit. And it looks like it is official. Your winner here tonight is Aaron Reitzel. He's headed to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. He gets the Hoosier Tire neckband and the Sunoco Race Fuels checkered flag. It'll be win number 3 for the Texan in 2026. Make some noise for your winner, Aaron Reitzel. With a bow on the top wing, a huge night for win number 3 of 2026. And congratulations coming in from the crew and the family, of course, as well. Aaron Reitzel with the cowboy hat on. He's worn a few of those cowboy hats here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. We'll get him over there to the front of the car where he'll talk to Carson Hocevar. Carson?
Aaron Reitzel, that thing looked good all night. It's looked good all year, honestly, but was it as difficult, as easy? Let me phrase that better. It looked as easy. I know, Laporta's would already got it out. Thank you. Laporta has lost a lot of weight. Hopefully he's doing well. You made it look very easy, but was it as easy as you made it look tonight?
Absolutely not. When you got Corey Day behind you, you have to go, and you got Larson. And the bad thing is I know Day, if the top was treacherous, and that's his jam. When it's treacherous, he can make more speed than anyone. And I'm not normally one to go to the bottom, but I knew that had to come in. It was greasy early, but I wasn't sure where he got his run and this and that, so I figured I might as well sacrifice a corner and at least give the bottom a try, and it came in within a lap, and that was the place to be. But then you had to be able to move around in traffic, and then the middle came in for a little bit, and I mean, besides the top maybe being a little slower, I thought the racing was awesome where it forced us to move around and we had places to go. But yeah, like I said, when you got Corey behind you, it's never easy, and that's his type of joint there where it's technical and he's good. So I'm pumped really pumped to win this one. I'm pumped to win in Texas. I got so many hometown friends and family, and Texas I might not live in Texas anymore, but Texas is still a badass state, and it's the best state in America, hands down, and I'm just glad I made Texas proud.
Well, you've looked good all year. I was here at Vegas when you looked super, super strong, obviously. But could you feel the intensity when Corey was kind of reeling you in a little bit in traffic there at the end?
Yeah, I thought I had a couple guys I didn't get very quick, and that made me nervous. And I'm guessing that was him who got to my outside on the white flag lap or 2 to go. And luckily, I hit the bottom just good enough here to get under the 13 car and beat him to it. And yeah, like I said, he kept me on my toes. I was contemplating going to the top on the last lap over here and take that from him, but I just stuck with the bottom. And just like I said, just an awesome night to win in Texas. So proud of this Power Plus, Vulcan Brothers Trucking, Don Long, Rafson's Truck Center, Brian Paver, Bargain Barn, Ryder Race Engines, Triple X Chassis, Sure-Built Suspension, Kaiser Wheels, Vantage Engine Heaters, just a great group of guys that allow me to do what I do. Dean, Brogan, Bart, and they're killing it. And I'm glad Brian and Lisa were here. They brought Henry and Holden with them. They flew in just for today, so it's really cool that they came down and got to see a win. You know, they don't make it to too many races, so I'm glad I could do that for them tonight because they do a lot for me, so they deserve this.
Well, with your win tonight, $1,500 is going to a charity of your choice with the high limit rolling angel donors. What charity are you going to choose?
Well, I know the crowd's going to like this. Texas Children's Hospital. That's my charity. They did so much for my firstborn child, and yeah, they're near dear in my heart. So I'm always happy when I can donate to them.
That's awesome. Well, they're going to hand you the Chasm Safety Product win sticker. Put that where it belongs, and we'll see you again at High Limit Racing.
Thank you, and thanks for the crowd for coming out and allowing us to keep coming back here.
Race fans, give it one more time for Aaron Reitzel. Go back to Chase. Go finish us out here, pal.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carson. We do have a couple of contingency awards we got to get to here, including the Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Race. That was Hank Davis. He finished up in the 5th position here in this one. A fantastic run for him, starting 11th up to 5th. Also, the Rod and Supply Hard Charger, which tonight is going to get a $300 bonus from the Berta boys. It goes to Tanner Thorson, started 19th and ran it up to 10th for the Rod and Supply Hard Charger. And then, of course, the Jake's Golf Cart's fastest lap of the race went to Aaron Reitzel on lap 14, turned in a 14.366 second lap. Reitzel gets that award. Let's go back down to Carson Hocevar standing by with 2nd place, Corey Day.
Thank you, Chase. I'm here with hard charging Corey Day. Really fun to watch. You made this race super entertaining. What more did you need there to catch Aaron Reitzel?
I don't really know. He was going to the bottom of 1 and 2, and for a while there, most of the race, that was the place to be. And it just got so slick through the middle of 1 and 2 that you couldn't quite carry the speed through the center of the corner and down the straightaway like you could there in the middle of the race at the end. So I got the top working a little bit and just didn't really have lap cars play my way. I had a good run on down into 3, and we were splitting a lap car, and I just couldn't get my angle right to drive by him. So all good. Obviously, a lot better ending of this race than I had earlier today. So just super cool that I could, come redeem myself in the same day. And thanks to all my Jason Myers Racing guys, Shane and Lawton and Jet. They're all busting their butts out here, and it's super cool to just be running part-time and have this competitive of a car night in and night out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious. This is just me asking. How much fun is it? You got the NASCAR thing rolling now. You kind of figured it out. You just won at Talladega. But how much fun is it to come back and get racing in the sprint car and run with High Limit?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This, was once my full-time job, and now it's just my fun and something I get to, come do on the weekdays or the weekends when it allows. So I still got a lot I want to accomplish in this sport, and I'm definitely not done sprint car racing. So it's a lot of fun. Thanks to Mr. Hendrick for allowing me to still come live my dreams out here, and thanks to Trex Decking, Burco Redwood, Interstate Oil, just everyone on the 14 this year, Tally Oil, Autry Plumbing, Myers Constructors, Four Seas Construction, International Wood Products, Warehouser, just everyone on this thing. It's a lot of fun, like I said, to be running part-time and have this nice of a car and this competitive of a car to keep coming driving.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Corey Day. Professional, as you see, got all the sponsors right there. That's runner-up Corey Day tonight.
And so Carson Hocevar going to make his way over to Kerry Madsen with another podium finish. Carson, take it away with Kerry.
Hey, Kerry, ended up 3rd tonight. What more did you need there to run with the top 2?
Just like 2-lap runs. They were really good for 2 or 3 laps, and then they would just gradually drift away from me. So then you sort of try, I don't know, you're like, that's not good. They're driving away from me, and they're getting through traffic, and I'm not. But on a short lap, 2-lap run, the car was really strong. So I don't know, I'm sure it's still only early in the year. I'm sure we'll work on that. But all in all, a great weekend for the Vermeer Motorsports and Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Maxim Oil, just Zip Bonds, Jersey Freeze. There's so many guys that helped make this happen. And just want to say thank you to Tony Vermeer, our owner, and hello to my wife, Tina. And definitely big hats off to the guys, Ty, Doug, and Harley. They've been working really hard. So, it's great to get another podium, so it's good.
Thank you, Kerry. Have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me, at least at this point in the program. Thanks for a ton for dealing with me. Tony Laporta, hope you're having a fun time at your wedding or your brother's wedding or wherever you're at. Hopefully I didn't do your job too much injustice. Excited to see you back next time I'm watching you on TV. Guys, both chases basically. I had a lot of fun down here. Super fun. Thanks for having me. Hope you guys had just as fun.
Yeah, we did, Carson. I thought he did a fantastic job. I think if I gave him a grade on the night, I'd say it's an A-. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd give him an A-. He's been winning everything else. So, yeah, let's not give him an A+ on this. Let's go A-. The only thing that could have been better, I gave him a shirt to wear today. He asked for a cool, old-school sprint car shirt. I was going to give him a Risky Brisky one. I brought him a 100,000 to win Eldora one. It had the stars and stripes on the sleeves, but he said you all made him wear the polo.
Well, we got to get the sponsor plugs in there. Interstate Batteries, of course, our boys back in the suite over there. We got to get their shout out in. Here's a look at the race recap, and there was a great moment here between Reitzel and Day. That moment through lap traffic midway through that race, spectacular stuff as they tried to split them.
Yeah, it was really a cat and mouse race, right? You had Reitzel out front trying to navigate traffic. Yeah, here was really the move of the race for Reitzel. If the 13 at Tanner Holmes isn't there, I think maybe Day wins. Just you heard him talk about the angle. He just kind of got hung up on the top. He could have diamond that. I think he could have had the run to maybe chop Reitzel into one, and that was ultimately the winning move for Reitzel. Was getting clear right there and being able to secure the lead those last couple laps.
And he would get the win by 0.7 of a second when it was all said and done for win number 3 of 2026 with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. We've got races coming up here very, very soon that we hope you will attend. One race, I don't think you'll be there, right, Chase? But your car will be racing with High Limit next Friday and Saturday in Indiana at Kokomo Speedway.
Yeah, looking forward to having the Chase Briscoe racing car back out there on the track, especially there in the Hoosier State, and just a special race, right, with the Brian Clausen Hero Classic. So Brian was one of my heroes, raced against Brian a lot, and it's pretty neat that our kind of return to sprint car racing is going to be there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Grandview Speedway also on the upcoming schedule, along with Port Royal, Lawrenceburg in Indiana, Butler in Michigan, Davenport, Iowa, Red Cedar Speedway, Gondik Law, I-94, and Shelby County in Iowa as well. A busy stretch in the month of June. If you want to get tickets to an event coming up near you, you can scan that QR code. And after watching a great battle like that, I don't know why you wouldn't want to scan that QR code and get out to one of these races, right?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, if High Limit's coming to your area, definitely go check them out. It just incredible racing right now. The field is so tough right now. You have legitimately 10 guys that could win any given night. So definitely, if High Limit's coming to a racetrack near you, go check them out. And I definitely don't think you'd be disappointed.
And the chances are that they probably are coming close to you, because we go everywhere around the country, from Washington to California, New York, and everywhere in between. We will be somewhere near you, I am sure. Upcoming events on FloRacing as well. We've got, we talked about this earlier, but and Carson Hocevar will be racing in these events at the FloRacing Night in America. 3 nights in Illinois, LaSalle, Spoon River, and Lincoln. And then IRA gets underway. The IRA return to Davenport. That'll be a little prelude to the High Limit Show at Davenport in June. Also, the Salt City 100, the Silver Crown cars with USAC going to the Kansas State Fairgrounds, a 2-day event there on May 8th and May 9th. Well, I think that's all we've got from up here in the booth. Briscoe, I'm glad we finally got this going. We were able to make it happen. I thought you did a great job. I'll give you a B+ on your efforts.
Better than A-?
I'll give you a B+ on your efforts here tonight. But I know it was fun. I'm glad you came up here and joined me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to hopefully catching the Kokomo race next weekend, and then hopefully can go over to the big track and have a good run tomorrow and try to beat Hocevar. The guy's been winning everything lately. So, yeah, it's going to be a hot one. Be sure to stack up on my Freebird water and hopefully can win tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck to both of you guys tomorrow. Obviously, you can't both win, but hopefully you guys have a successful day. Race fans, if you're still here, make your way to the pit area. You can go back there for free and meet up with these drivers and get close to the